Oh, you started it?
Don't give him the stick,
Don't
okay?
be doing nothing. No. Goddamn.
Stupid.
Are we on the internet?
Yeah.
Did you upload us?
Harderfucks.gov.
Harderfucks.
/net.
Go ahead and navigate to our homepage, harderfucks.gov.
Yeah, what's up, everyone? It's Branden and Kyle.
Hey, motherfucker!
I know you guys have missed us because we've been gone for a while.
Been on a bit of a hiatus. It's been a while. It's been a bit since our last episode.
It's been like a fucking week.
Super loud.
Oh no, too loud?
I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, so today we got the
Swingin, dick!
Legus. Yeah, he's a world champion kickboxer, national champion, renowned Russian dancer.
Okay.
No, just kidding.
Yeah. He's a male equivalent of a stud horse.
Yeah, he's basically the coolest person we know. We've been talking about him like every episode since we started. And here he is.
We've only fucking had to push this bitch back like 9 or 2 weeks.
That's your fucking fault.
Yeah, that is all my fault.
This is what our dick looks like.
Yeah,
That's me.
We've been saying for the last 3 episodes that the next episode is going to be Legus.
Yeah, and our show is called
welcome back to our world-renowned podcast, Pinhead Airy.
Today we're going to talk about
Pinheads.
Fighting, food,
push pins,
just being crazy.
Pinball.
Sometimes. Probably some other stuff. We're not very good at staying on subject, but
pin cakes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call back to a previous podcast because I wanted to discuss this with you at the time. I was listening to you in my car. I happen to be wearing MeUndies right now, so I just had the experience of having to fully undo my pants to pee. And you know, I agree with you. It's completely annoying.
Yeah, it's real inconvenient.
Yeah.
But they're so comfortable that I'm like, I keep going back and forth whether I want to replace all my underwear or not. Because they're so comfy.
They're not cheap to replace.
They're not. But if you do a 10-pack, it's like $140, I think. So then it comes down to like $14 a pair, which isn't awful, but it's still quite a bit.
There's some other good underwear. Like, Trading Cut makes some nice underwear.
No.
They're expensive too.
There's a fucking underwear company called Sheath that I've wanted to try because it's just such a good name for men's underwear.
That sounds bad.
Sheath?
Yeah.
Is that like a
your sword
olden times where it's just like a fucking
No, they're like regular cut, but then there's an extra pocket inside, so you actually pull all of your junk into it and just store it in a pocket inside the underwear.
What the fuck? Coits? What the hell was
Coits?
Coits? Cots? What the fuck is the ye olde English where it was like a full on pouch?
You know what? You're similar. Yeah.
It starts with a C, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, MeUndies are a little bit like that with the way they're stitched. It's not a full on pocket, but it creates a nice space.
Make your package look good.
I don't make very good use of it, but it's nice. It's like, it's kind of like when you got a little foxhole, a little hidey hole.
How you guys feel about
stick your tongue into it?
How you guys feel about corsets? Because that's kind of the same deal.
Like to suck them in a little bit?
Yeah.
Doesn't it make people look better, but they're not actually there?
Negative space instead of positive space?
Yeah, it's like a big belt for your belly. It's weird.
I don't know.
I feel like it's cheating.
It is, but so is a push-up bra.
Yeah.
Same concept. You're just making the body look a little bit differently.
So is stuffing socks into your undie pants.
Do people do that?
I do. Season 2 premiere. We gotta post it up.
1,000 Ways to Die. That show that used to be on Spike. It was super stupid. There's that guy that died one time because he tied a giant sausage to his leg and it cut off the blood flow to his leg and like created an aneurysm or something.
Damn.
It's hard.
What?
Yeah. So don't try to make your dick
That's
look
wild.
big. More of the story.
How the fuck how does it get so bad to the point of no return that you like as a conscious person can't stop that? What the fuck?
Natural selection.
They stuff models.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being so committed to the act of following through on your big dick that you just push through when it feels like you're about to die and then you actually die?
It's just like the goal is to get laid, right? Like you're trying to get it's like sex appeal by having like this big dick. Like you can't play that game when you actually bring someone home, right?
It's never gonna work out in the end.
So why do you do that to yourself?
And get your pants off and be like, oh, there's
Are you hungry?
There's a bratwurst on your leg. That's not your cock.
Oh my god.
Is that like edible undie pant?
Mm.
Have you seen the guy who injects, what the hell is it? He injects shit into his penis to make it like massively girthy.
What is he inject into his penis.
Are you talking just a standard penis pump?
Jim, bring that up. No, it's like
Old Jim.
look
You
it up.
didn't specify.
Look up penis injections, but the guy like.
Old Jim's right there. Why are you talking to me?
God.
I'm not looking shit up.
Penis
Are you
injections.
kidding?
I don't
Anyway,
wanna look up penis
anyway,
injections.
there's this guy who like put a bunch of stuff in his dick, which is it's kind of like
What are you talking
like cellulite or something. That might actually be what it is.
Cellulose?
But it's just like this, like I don't know. Maybe don't look it up. It's gross. But it's just like this super girthy like thing that he can't even like have sex with because it's all like smushy and wide and weird. It's just it's gross looking. I don't know. It's crazy what people do to their bodies. Just like body augmentation. Just like
Yeah.
the back piercings and stuff.
You got like the guys just with their tongues to be like a little snack or a lizard.
Do you remember? Remember that guy from Ripley's Believe It or Not?
Do you remember when
That
it
was such a good book.
hosted by Dean Cain?
Was that who it was?
Yeah.
The guy who had tattooed like 99% of his body and
That's not the host.
The lizard man.
yeah, was that his name?
I think so.
He was like the first one to do that. Now that's just like the fucking norm. Walking down the street.
Still has tattoos now.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Can you imagine like taking some like your dad's dad at like 25 and just bringing him here, like just looking around how fucking crazy that change would feel?
Yeah, that'd be rough.
There's I think it's Korea. The tattoo industry is super taboo still.
Really?
There's like I was watching a Vice documentary on it. It was one of the Asian countries because I'm an ignorant fuck and I can't recall it properly. But
Wouldn't it be Japan?
Yeah, Japan's
Yeah.
got some tattoo game with the little pokey.
yeah, I think it was Korea. Like a lot of that
Tattoo
elders look down upon South Korea, the non-crazy one. But a lot of the elders look down upon that shit, so it's still kind of underground.
I mean, our old people still look down on it.
Yeah, but it's like hardcore there.
Okay.
Whereas it's like in most modern day society, it's pretty well accepted, but people hide it like a motherfucker there.
I feel like it's kind of like that in Russia as well, which is kind of weird.
Do you have a Twitter?
I do
don't know.
not. I should. Should probably get on that. And nobody steal my fucking handle.
Swingin Dick
I'm
Legus.
gonna need Dick Legus.
I'm gonna go ahead and just at you, even though it's not on the account right now, and then maybe it'll tag it later.
That's
I
smart.
am on the Instagram
Instagram?
Yeah,
and
dude.
Instagram at Dick Legus. Although that's pretty new. Just trying to play that game.
Yeah.
It's really non-intuitive for me, and I don't like doing it.
It is-
but I'm
it
trying
is
to
kinda
push
weird.
myself into it.
Can you give us a okay? So, Legus recently had his MMA debut. Yeah, he's been fighting his whole life. Can you tell us a little bit about like the beginning of your fight career, as far as like taekwondo and kickboxing goes, and like
Yeah,
competing and stuff?
Well, I started training in Taekwondo and Hapkido, which are both Korean. Taekwondo literally meaning, or translating to the art of kicking and punching. Hapkido is the art of coordinating internal power, so that's more using small joint locks and throws to
Like big dick energy?
fuck yeah, sure.
More like little dick energy because it's little people.
It's, the little Koreans.
Oh, yeah. Little non-tattooed Koreans.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Tattooless.
Yeah. So I did that for a long time, from like 6 to 14, and then I told my dad. Well, then I stopped for a while.
April 6th to April 14th.
Sure.
Did you get your black belt when you were 14?
I got my black belt when I was 16 or 17, I think.
Okay.
Got my black belt.
But it
when I
took
was
like
6.
10 years off in there, I think.
What did you
No,
take time off to
8
do?
years. Nothing. I don't know. Life. When I started as a kid, because my dad made me. I didn't want to do it. I hated it. Literally, when they asked me at the test, they're like, "Oh, well, why are you in karate or taekwondo?" And I was like, "Because my dad makes me." And they're
Because
like,
my dad's a
"That's not a good
motherfucker."
answer. You want to defend yourself." And I was like, "No, my dad makes me. That's why I'm here." So I took time off, but then I started actually watching the UFC when I was like 12, 13, and I was like, "Dad, I want to do this. I want to fight." And he's like, "Well, you have to go back and get your black belt." I was like, "Okay." Well, I didn't ever get my black belt before I took my first fight, but took my first kickboxing match when I was 14. Then won first national title when I was 15, and then played around with that for a bunch of time. Got to a point in that career where I could only really fight the best in the world, and I was taking like a year or two off at a time, so it was not working out well for me.
Yeah.
And I had to draw 2 draws in a lot. No, 1 win, draw, loss from my last 3 kickboxing matches. Then I got fat, and then I wanted to
Fucking
not
hate
be fat. And the only reason I don't want to be, well, the only way I know how to not be fad is to train to fight.
For sure.
So.
On top of your kickboxing thing, they're like, who's your rival and what is he doing now?
Oh, Caleb Plant. I fought him a bunch of times.
Who's your daddy? What is he do?
4 times, 3 or 4 times.
Caleb Plant?
Caleb Plant. Yeah, he just
Call
won,
that motherfucker up. Listen here, Caleb.
He's a pro boxing world champion now. So
Alright.
Yeah.
he's big time.
Okay.
Legus's childhood rival is now a pro, like the world champion.
That's who I beat
What
for
weight is he?
So I beat my first title. I think he's 176 or something like that. So light
It's
middleweight
light,
or
light middleweight? Yeah.
super middleweight.
All of
something
boxing?
Like that.
Yeah.
Or
Kickboxing.
No, it's boxing.
You boxed him? Nice.
No, I kickboxed
Yeah.
him. He's a boxer.
Kickboxing.
did he have better fists than you?
That boy hit like a truck.
Mother trucker, dude. That hurt like a butt cheek on a stick.
That's awesome, man.
Fun stuff. So now I'm fucking with MMA and playing that game because
That's where the money's at.
Yeah, you just started a judo class, or jiu-jitsu classes. How's that going?
You just started Judaism.
good. I
Nice.
like jujitsu a lot. The more I do it, the more I'm enjoying it. And it's more like, I don't know. I used to love just hitting people, and I never wanted to get to the ground because it seemed boring. And a lot of fights, when they go to the ground, the crowd starts booing, so they don't really know what's going
Yeah,
on.
they chant like gay a lot.
And we get the homophobic slurs and
69.
everything because people are
Yeah.
just groping each other. But the more I do it, the more I'm really finding that it's really satisfying to just take somebody down and completely negate their ability to do anything they want to do and choke them unconscious.
Yeah.
The only difference between that and sex is penetration.
There could be some
There's-
penetration if
You
you're doing it
got
right.
so, yeah.
Different kind of penetration. Like
Which-
sometimes you
which
get in their
hole?
eye hole, like if
Yeah.
you're John Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Johnny Bones.
Speak. I mean,
Johnny Picogram Jones.
what do you think of the last UFC Brooklyn, like Cejudo versus Dillashaw?
That was a fun fight.
What did you expect to happen like again?
I didn't think it was going to be that quick. Cejudo won in, what, 27, 34 seconds, something like that.
Less than
Was
a
that
minute.
the upset?
It was. He was a
I heard about the
Vegas upset by quite a bit, but Cejudo I thought was going to win that. I actually listened to him on Rogan's podcast not long ago, and his training program is fucking insane. Like, he's got a trainer that watches his sleeping patterns and wakes him up at the perfect time during his
Whoa.
sleep schedule
He
in order for
is-
him to be the most rested. And
That's amazing.
He's one of the he's like, for modern day UFC, he's one of the angriest looking fighters on the whole roster, dude. He's so determined and so fucking pissed all the time.
yeah, he was an Olympic gold medalist, so like,
Yeah.
he's a fucking
What
competitor.
weight is he?
He's
125.
flyweight.
He's a widow.
And the bantamweight champion came down.
And what's Ferguson?
Ferguson is 155, yeah.
lightweight.
Walks around like 170, 180.
Yeah, okay. If those two could get on the same weight class, what do you think?
Ferguson would destroy him. Maybe not. I guess he'd have to cut really hard, so his body might get fucked up on that far down. But that's that would never happen. It's too much of a gap.
Yeah.
Because Cejudo's like 2 feet tall.
Yeah, it was
Ferguson's
interesting
like
seeing
5'11".
fucking Tom Hardy fight and then have the little guys fight right afterwards because you had a guy that cut weight to make 265 and
Yeah.
125 in the next fight.
God,
the
they're
difference
so
between the size of people
huge,
is so
dude.
weird.
Did they put them up next to each other?
They're
Is
so.
Be like this.
it like when you see a ref standing next to a professional football player?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's
Well, he was a professional football player. He
Okay.
was all-pro for... or not all-pro. what's it called?
Greg Hardy.
Yeah, Greg
He
Hardy.
was
There you go, not
defensive
Tom.
end for the
Dallas
Carolina
Cowboys?
Panthers.
I think we played for the Cowboys.
I think he played for 3 different teams. When I was just
And-
looking it up today at Wikipedia, one of the teams I think the last team he played for was Carolina Panthers.
Okay.
And he had the whole like
He got kicked out of the NFL for
domestic
beating his wife.
abuse. Yeah.
Wife,
Oh, yeah.
girlfriend. I don't know.
He Ray Lewis that bitch.
He beat the fuck out of some girl.
Ray Lewis murdered someone, not a girl.
No, he punched his wife in an elevator.
No, that
No,
was
that's
not
Ray
Lewis.
Rice.
Yeah, that was the other Ravens guy.
Wait, it's not Ray Rice. It was your boy that we had in fantasy that one
That was
time.
Ray Rice, wasn't it?
That's his name, first name Ray.
Was it Ray Rice? I thought it was Ray Lewis.
I think it's Ray Rice. No, Ray Lewis killed somebody in a nightclub.
Yeah, he stabbed some guy.
Yeah, he's a linebacker.
He's
Arguably,
the Ravens.
arguably maybe the best linebacker of all time.
Right.
He's
Ray Lewis
crazy.
was awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Brian Urlacher up there.
I don't remember that fucking running back's name.
Our friend Justin said silicone in response to your penis injection. Is that?
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah.
Seriously though,
He'll
it's
tell
like
us about the football player
I
in a minute.
comments loud.
it's like self-induced elephantitis type shit, dude. It's goofy. Yeah, it's like a little pillow or something. It's goofy.
Little pillow.
I don't like. You have a bulge, but like whatever. Also, on top of that, what the fuck? I can't remember the dude's name, but he's from the UK. This tiny little white dude had like the world record for like the longest measured penis. It was like 13 and a half inches hard and like 9 inches soft. And he was but he was an aspiring actor. He was kind of gross looking, but he was an aspiring actor, and he was trying out for this movie or this TV show, and like the whole TV show is about this dude with like a big dick. I think it was called Hung or something short of that, and he didn't get the spot.
William Hung from American Idol.
Yeah, but this little tiny white dude has just like this. I don't know.
Did he have the girth too?
I don't know. I didn't see his dick, dude. He's just like that. It wasn't Guinness World Records. I'm pretty sure it got beat. But
by Mandingo?
No, by some random Spanish guy who'd been like stretching it his whole life.
What the fuck?
I know, dude.
You certainly know a lot about penis models.
He been needing that bitch with some
got down a strange rabbit hole one day.
I did. That's like when you start. That's like when you start watching like Halo montages and somehow end up watching like breastfeeding videos on YouTube.
Hot.
Happens to the best of us, dude.
Yeah. You get like a taffy stretcher.
What is the most fucked up video you've ever seen on YouTube?
I don't want to talk about that.
Tell me about it.
On YouTube?
Yeah.
On YouTube? You can watch a guy shoot himself in the head. And
That's
like,
the most fucked up one?
Watch blood pour out.
The news reporter?
No, I think he was like a city councilman or something, but he goes up to a podium to like give a speech or something and pulls a gun on the podium and literally blows his fucking brains out. And you can watch that shit on YouTube. I haven't checked it in the last few months, but it was up as of like a year ago. You can watch a guy commit suicide.
That doesn't seem like it would be on YouTube.
You would think not, but I don't know.
I don't think I've really seen that many fucked up videos on YouTube.
There's like, I don't know. There's a lot of real fucked up shit going on with YouTube Kids. The YouTube Kids app.
I've heard about that.
There's like, people are exploiting the system, and there's just so much fucking content that it's hard to censor, and a lot of it is like set with the appropriate props and like clothing, so it looks like a kid's video, but then there's like children being abused, and then there's this one chick who like is always positioning herself so that you can see up her skirt while she's just like taking care of her kids. I don't know, it's real fucking gross.
You think that's on purpose?
Yes. Deliberately.
That's like some Fight Club.
She's
like,
always putting herself in positions.
Porno into a normal movie.
Yeah. It's fucking
what do they have to gain from that? That's some like Illuminati level like subliminal message.
People who are looking for shit on YouTube, kids that don't want to get caught going to explicit site by their parents.
Isn't it fucking crazy? Like how there's these little kids that do like toy unboxing videos and make more money than all of us put together
on YouTube.
Right?
Yeah. Which is really weird. I don't understand it. I've never understood any of that unboxing shit. I'll watch like one or two of those videos and I'm like, okay.
The only unboxing video I've ever, like the only unboxing series is like, that I enjoy is iDubbbz because it's like garbage.
Bad unboxing?
It's shit people like send them that's just like trash.
That shit's
and like
hilarious.
blood.
You know who looks like iDubbbz? Our friend Keith Harder.
Yeah, harderfucks.gov.
.net.
Get it.
.edu. Harderfucks.edu.
That's sure. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Do you guys have that yet?
That domain?
Yeah.
We're going to register it soon. Oh, we forgot to ask you. We're going to edit it in post, but what do you want your intro music to do?
I fucking don't know. My intro music when I fight is typically Cadenced Arms by Drop Kick Burpees, but that's an easy one.
That's a good one.
Easy. Done. Consider it done. Bagpipes?
Bagpipes are dope.
Yeah.
Bagpipes are gross.
What do you mean?
It's like a goat bladder or stomach.
Sheep stomach, isn't it?
Yeah, probably
just like haggis.
And then I've heard people talk about them before, and there's just like there's this culture that's in there to keep the like consistency proper.
Make it like a lung.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Because you basically blow air into it, and then you squeeze it to make the stuff come out, so that you can continue it going. You don't have to keep the airflow like a didgeridoo. You don't have to learn how to circular breathe the same way.
Yeah.
Right.
I think so. I don't know too much about bagpipes, but they're awesome.
I like strange ass instruments.
I do too.
I never actually fully dived into.
Yeah. Jonathan Davis was one of the first to do. I think he might have actually been the first to do electric bagpipe from Korn. That's pretty cool.
I didn't know there was an electric bagpipe.
It's in a lot of their older albums.
What? Electric bagpipe?
Yeah, I don't know exactly how he did it, but he did.
Fuck. Alright.
Interesting.
Alright, Johnny Davis.
Yeah. Love that dude. He's so cool.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, his wife just died.
That's too bad for him. Were they still together?
Who are you talking about?
Jonathan Davis, of Korn.
Well, it's
His
kind of
wife died?
weird. Like, his wife struggled with drugs and alcohol for, like, the past couple decades. And she was, like, sleeping with her drug dealer and, like, left treatment and overdosed and died. So, I don't know if they were together, but they were married.
Sure.
But I think it was rough.
Single now. It's not your chance.
Yeah. I'm gonna go get him.
You got it.
Back to your MeUndies really quick. Did you use a promo code from another podcast to get a cheaper pair?
I did initially. I actually 2 years ago got my wife a full year subscription
Nice.
as a Christmas present.
You're such a sweetheart. Does
To
she
what?
love them?
Yeah, she did replace all of her underwear with them because they're just way better.
I mean, as a
A
girl, you gotta pull them
subscription
down.
to
anyway.
underwear? What is that? They give you one a
You
month
just
or
get one a
something?
month, yeah.
Oh,
And
cool.
you get a discount at it if you get the subscription. And I use
You
some
get cool
discount
patterns.
codes. Yeah,
How much do they cost?
I think for like $18.
Yeah, they're on the higher side.
I
It's
gotta.
one of those things like your bed that is good to spend money on.
Yeah,
Actually-
also promo code Casper Mattress. Just like one of those too.
Yeah.
I'm a
Have
podcast
you-
whore.
Have you seen? I think I talked about it. You can confirm. The Mall of America does nap appointments. Did I
Yeah.
talk about that?
Yes, you did.
Fucking super cool. But have you looked at their new style mattresses at all? The Wave, the
Mhm.
Casper Wave. I want to get one of those.
I have not
Or
looked
that.
at them. I mean, I've been sleeping on it for 2 years now. 2 or 3 years. I'm pretty sure 2. I still love it. I get so happy when I lay down at night after a day. I'm like, I get in my bed and I'm just like, I fucking love my bed.
Still that good?
It's still that good. It
Yeah,
makes
that's
me happy
important.
every time I lay down.
Do you Instacoon?
Oh yeah,
You get so happy you could spit out of your dick.
in my eyes.
Is that crime?
I think so. Might be.
Podcast hooer. Yeah, you listen to a lot of podcasts.
I do. Yeah.
You're a podcast boy. Why don't you tell us about some of your favorite podcasts on a podcast?
That's like podcast Succession, your favorite movie.
You're not wrong.
Joe Rogan podcast, of course, the standard.
When's the
The gold
Kanye
standard.
episode coming out?
It's a good question. I have no fucking
I'm
clue.
so excited.
It seems like it's gonna be fun. I like when he gets random stuff like that and it builds up. And
This Mike Tyson one was really fun.
I still haven't gotten a chance to listen to that one.
You
I
should.
intend to.
It's probably top 3.
I
How
heard
long
it is
ago
fun
was that?
stuff. Just like last Friday.
Really?
Yeah, I was listening to Joe Rogan podcast before bed last night because I couldn't sleep and I ended up finding this guy named Mick West, who's like
The founder of McDonald's.
he made the Tony Hawk games and he now
Tony Hawk made the
Mick
Tony Hawk
West.
games.
Mick West. He
Did
has a website.
Father Kanye.
Hey, Tony Hawk made
Fuck you.
Tony Hawk made the Tony Hawk games. Don't.
Okay.
Don't.
Anyways, he's like an engineer, but he has a website where he just like debunks conspiracy theories at length. It's really interesting. So it's funny to hear him go back and forth and like the whole Eddie Bravo flat Earth stuff.
Is that
He
the
was
one
on-
from recently?
I don't think so.
Okay,
But maybe.
never mind.
He's
He was
like,
on Joe
Because
Rogan.
there was a
he
professional
sounds like
skeptic
Elon
on there
Musk.
recently.
he sounds like Elon Musk, but he's like older and very meek and calm the whole time. Maybe.
Okay.
I think he's from Australia. I don't know.
Musk's one was fun,
Yeah.
sort of.
Elon Musk is a trip. We should talk about him a lot.
I don't think you guys have ever brought him up on a podcast before. So
Yeah.
that might be a good discussion.
Could be one of our first talking points.
When you guys were
Elongated muskrat.
when you guys were super young, like who's the first person other than like a parent you remember looking up to? Like who did you want to be when you were like 8 years old or 3 years old, whatever? First time you're like, I want to be like this person.
Like a celebrity, somebody we don't know
Well, the
personally.
first person for me was Wesley Snipes from Blade.
Did
But they let me watch those. You let me watch that show when I was super young.
you go full blackface for Halloween that year?
Nah.
You can't do that anymore.
When the fuck could you? When could you?
It was
When we were
like-
kids.
Maybe
They used
20s.
to do it on Saturday Night Live. Like you could.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you can get away
Oh
with
my
it. You
God.
can't anymore
You can't do anything anymore.
for any reason.
Unless your grandfather didn't like Adam Sandler.
No.
Yeah, apparently he is not getting in trouble for a lot of things that a lot of other people get in trouble for.
What
In
did
this
he
last
do?
special, I don't know.
I
heard-
watched
He
it.
says a lot of gay jokes,
Mm.
but it's like he's been doing it forever, and it's super lighthearted.
He's actually gay, so he gets away with it, like Eminem.
Yeah, he's actually gay like Eminem.
Don't say that. My girlfriend will get mad.
But didn't you see the interview?
Don't talk shit about Marshall. I do remember that interview. I can't remember if
Is
I
he
read it when
gay?
it came out.
Where are you getting this from?
He hinted at being bisexual. I'm pretty sure.
He
He
seems
was
like
talking
the
about
type.
picking up dates on Grindr.
Yeah.
What?
But you can't tell.
He
if
always
he's-
raps about being gay.
You can't tell if he's
Yeah.
trolling.
Exactly.
Well, usually the people who talk about it are a little insecure. Insecure.
No, the movie, the interview, that terrible movie that was banned and couldn't come out in theaters because North Korea threatened to nuke us if we launched it.
James Franco.
The
and
interview?
Yeah.
Seth Rogen.
In that movie, so in the interview, Eminem is being interviewed, and they're like, "So is it like things with your mother? That why you always talk about people and they're being faggots and they're being gay? Where's the stuff?" I'm saying, "Because I'm gay." I thought I made that pretty clear in my music. I'm gay. And then
Shit.
they're like, "What? Eminem's gay?" So yeah.
I thought you were talking about a real interview, and I'm pretty sure he did also hint at it in an interview.
Yes.
That's
Since
the,
then.
that's like the whole oops, I mean girl.
There's just like
You know, you might.
he's
well.
just dropping the lines.
Just lose it.
Hey man, good for him.
Yeah, dude. Fuck who you want to fuck, right?
Yeah.
Just
Gee,
don't
you.
don't be trying to
Gee, you.
fuck me.
Gay you.
I mean, they can try.
Yeah.
They might buy you nice things.
Mm, no.
What's your price, man, to be gay? How much money to have sex with Eminem?
I've accepted lots of free drinks from gay men over the years.
I haven't had many
I have no
opportunities.
problem.
I don't really go to clubs. I would accept
Not
it too.
anymore.
What are we talking? Like pitching, catching, full on penetration?
Whatever sounds worse to you.
Like, yeah.
So spit roasting.
Yeah.
Yeah, how much for that, dude? There's nothing wrong with it. Like whatever, to each their own. But how much do you get spit roasted by Johnny Depp and Marilyn Manson?
God, that just sounds like the grimiest possible combination.
They're best friends, man. I'm pretty sure they're both bi.
Yeah.
Be an interesting looking Eiffel Tower.
Dad, they've had sex with so many people though.
You're not. Let's say you don't get a disease. It's just
Uh,
like a sex thing. But they both have to finish.
Talking like probably 5 mil, 10 mil.
Yeah.
It's a heavy amount, enough to
Yeah.
not work again.
You wouldn't do it for $1 million?
No.
It'd probably take like 45 minutes or less.
I'd have to.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You can use as much lube as you want.
As much ludicrous.
You can drink before if you want.
No.
Alright.
Yeah. Probably like 10 mil.
Oh, now it's 10 mil. It's 5 mil before.
Yeah. But I mean, with inflation and stuff, is that really enough to live comfortably?
Yeah.
10 mil.
Maybe.
Yeah.
5 mil's cut close.
Invested
The
probably
5 commerce savings you have right now.
$9.
$9.99.
Oh, it's probably like 100 times, whatever. How much for you, Legus? I think I'd do it for $1 million.
That was a pretty cool story.
Like, I'm straight, but I'm like, whatever.
I'm not.
I don't think
straight,
it'd
but
be
I'm
fun, but $1 million is $1 million.
That's true. Man, those two people just seem, for some reason, that image made it so much
Yeah.
worse
Yeah.
than just like two dudes. I don't know. Johnny Depp is disgusting.
He is. He's a phenomenal actor, but he's just.
You guys
He's
think
like
he's
the-
disgusting?
He's like the Post Malone of the movie world.
Looking at him is just like, he looks, I don't
He's
know.
like arguably like one of the top 5 most attractive actors of all
When
time.
he's cleaned up.
He used to be.
He's like the stereotypical pretty boy of Hollywood.
Not anymore. He looks like fucking dead.
Well, he's like 50 and he's been doing drugs the whole time.
Yeah, he looks
I
like
like
he's
the movie
about
The
to die.
Skeleton Key.
He looks like a
He has his own island though.
Does he?
Yeah,
Do I get to be fucked on the island?
yeah. He like bought his own island because he's sick of paparazzi and he usually stays there.
There's a new
Paparazzo.
documentary that I just saw advertised on Netflix for that fire festival.
Oh.
shit.
Oh
Dude,
yeah.
it actually looks really entertaining.
Yeah.
Speaking of islands,
Somebody at work was talking about that today.
They said
Really?
it was good.
Do you know the
He said it
story?
was alright. Yeah, so this guy conned a bunch of people out of a bunch of fucking money trying to make this music festival happen, and I think he got jail time and fined a fuckload of money.
20 years.
He did make the music festival happen, but he had enough tents for like 1/10
Yeah,
of the
and
people.
the food catering was
Grossly
awful.
oversold it.
It was like
There was not
crackers
enough
and
water
crackers and like
toiletries.
sausage and shit, and it like
Yeah.
wasn't enough.
I think what he actually got in trouble for wasn't deceiving the people that were coming, was for lying to the investors that were making it
Yeah,
happen.
which is funny. Isn't
Yeah.
that funny how our society works? You can fuck over people all you want, but if you lie to investors about financials,
That's what he got in trouble
It's
for. That was the
ridiculous,
fraud.
man.
fucking wild.
I mean, all he promised was like these bands and these people, and that fucking paid $2,500 a ticket to go out there.
Jesus Christ.
It's ridiculous.
I don't know, but yeah, it was him saying that he was gonna make money that got him in trouble because he promised a bunch of people money.
I don't know
Good
what his gross income was on that, but I feel like he made a decent amount of money initially, and the fact that you couldn't piece something together from the amount of money that he generated
Yeah.
in income, I'm pretty sure it was just like gross negligence and incompetence that happened, because if he was decently smart, you think he would have at least gotten the bare minimum to not get in trouble. But I think he was just so fucking dumb that he couldn't figure out how to make the logistics work.
Supposedly he was a genius at manipulating people, but
It sounds
He
like
couldn't
it.
do
If you
anything
got the
else.
investors to be cool with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of want to watch it 'cause it looks interesting.
Yeah, documentaries are interesting.
I've been on a little kick with those lately.
There was a really cool graph that compared movie genres over the years. The rise and fall in popularity of documentaries really took off in the last 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
And before that, they weren't really, sought after or anything. I don't know why. But
It's one of my favorite things to watch when I was in high school, which is weird. Like for my birthday one year, wanted a higher cable package so that I could watch the History Channel and Discovery Channel and watch documentaries.
I really like the History
fucking
Channel.
nerd.
though. My
the Discovery Channel used to be good.
my
I
grandfather
don't know
had
any of it anymore.
National
TV in 10
Geographic
years.
magazines that I used to
With
like
them-
get my jam on.
With them long
Remember those?
nipple bitches.
It's basically like the History Channel magazine version.
I thought it was like Playboy, but for kids.
Yeah.
No, it's just like jungle shit and like mountains.
Jungle pussy.
I wonder if that's still a thing.
That's
National
my
Geographic magazine. I'm sure
favorite
it is.
animal.
Isn't it crazy how magazines used to be like a huge thing and now it's like nothing? Like
Yeah,
Sports Illustrated
the
and shit.
internet.
Like, yeah, like how many things that killed.
Yeah, it's fucking
Like
journalism's completely changed.
fucking sending letters to. Oh
Sad.
my, dude, journalism is
Investigate.
literally just like copy pasting tweets from people now. It's so
really
annoying.
weird.
Investigative journalism is so fucking few and far between.
Yeah, I mean, there's journalists out there that are really impressive and do a great job and make stories come to light that need to be brought to light. And it's not something that should go away, but the way that it's being done by the vast majority is so just
Lazy.
shitty.
Yeah. One of my favorite YouTubers, his name is Philip DeFranco, and he's been on the platform for fucking ever. Like, he's one of the OG YouTubers, and he's got like 6 million subscribers. So not fucking PewDiePie huge, but decent listener base or viewer base. And he is starting his own news network. He started a channel on YouTube called SourceFed in like 2012.
Definitely heard of that.
And they were a pretty good source for news for a while. And then it's really hard to sustain channels, especially of that size, on YouTube, just with the whole monetization and like the way the algorithms work. It's really tough to like, people want shit in bite-size form or like getting super popular, but it's just hard to find the mark. So he eventually sold that to Discovery Digital Networks. They bought it, and then he got more money, and then he kind of separated himself from that, but was still part, like, they purchased him and his own show along with the other channel. And that eventually died after being sold off a couple more times. But he started, after that stint, he bought out his contract and his property back from Discovery and started his own news network. And he uses Patreon now, which I think he, at one point, was the #1 subscribed Patreon person. on Patreon.
That'd be nice.
So that's a decent amount of revenue, and then he's always been smart about like making his own merchandise and selling that as a secondary revenue stream. But his news network is called Rogue Rocket, which is a weird fucking name for a news network.
Sounds like a porn site.
Yeah, but he traditionally his format is Monday through Thursday, like 15-minute videos, just on industry
I'm
news.
so lazy, dude. We do like 2.5-hour videos.
Yeah, fucking chump. Once a week. He'll do 15-minute news videos on all sorts of fucking different topics, but lately what he started doing is longer form videos, like 20 minutes, that are deep dives on one subject, Tuesdays and Thursdays every week, which are super interesting. Again, bringing light to subjects that need to be brought to light. Like last week, he did one on shady adoptions in Uganda, and then
That's some Coney 2012 shit.
yeah. Forgetting there was another super interesting topic that he covered a couple weeks ago, but what he wants to do is get off of YouTube because it's kind of a death trap. It can be a death sentence to a lot of people, so he's starting his own news website, and he's got 4 researchers that he hired for his own show to kind of, again, alleviate his responsibilities so that he can help build the company. But he's hiring, he's hiring investigative journalists too, and like teaching them how he would research topics and making sure he's very good about being kind of middle of the road, presenting both sides and then giving you his opinion wherever he happens to fall on the spectrum, which I appreciate a lot, but making sure that he always does due diligence to fact check everything and make sure that he's 100% accurate, and if he fucks up, he goes back and owns up to it the next show,
That's
which
good quality
is
of somebody there.
few and far between.
Especially now.
I was thinking about starting a website where you take things that are reported on and just do like CNN and then Fox News like side by side, the same thing every time, and then it'll just have like the same things and the things that are different.
Yeah.
But that's too much work.
That sounds like a terrible thing to do with
It'd
your
be
time.
cool to do, but yeah, I don't.
It'd be cool to have the final product, but doing it would suck.
Fuck that. It would be too much work.
Yeah.
But it is interesting to see how people are like, this is the way things actually are.
Right. And that, a lot of it too is like, as a consumer, making sure that you hit up multiple sources, obviously, and that you don't pigeonhole yourself by just listening to one person.
I like
source.
Vice News and The Atlantic. They're both pretty chill.
Yeah, those
They're
are
not
pretty
super
good.
opinionated.
So
doesn't seem like.
I think The Atlantic magazine is not great, but I don't know. There's something about The Atlantic that like one segment of their business you don't want to listen to.
I don't know. I like them.
But
I read
why there isn't
CNN.
just impartial things. It doesn't make sense to me.
Well, they gotta get paid from someone.
Yeah.
And that's the
can't
nice
just be
thing
a
about
neutral journalist unless you have donations just streaming in, and that's usually not how they work.
that's the awesome thing about Patreon, I think, is that I mean you can put your name on it, but for the most part, once you give that money up, you don't have any influence.
Yeah.
So like even if you get a fuckload of money from somebody, you don't owe them anything, which is super nice. Granted, then it's up to the person producing the content to make sure that they don't sway towards that thing, where they're like, oh shit, I got a bunch of money from source X, I should make more content.
Is
like
it
that 'cause they
possible?
liked it.
Is
And
it
then they'll give
possible
you
to
more
not
money.
have an agenda? Like, even if you're like trying to be totally neutral, I feel like a little bit of you is gonna show a little bit
looking
more.
for information. You're not trying to put a spin on it. Yeah, and I think that's what podcasting in general does a lot of good with that.
Yeah.
There's a downside on the opposite side of that with podcasting. Yes, you get unbiased in the sense that you don't have a larger network or a group of people necessarily paying for something.
Yeah.
It's just out there and you just do your thing, and whoever you're talking to is gonna say whatever they're saying. But they can be one-sided conversations because you're not having somebody that's necessarily against that point of view or having opposing information in the same room at the same time. So
That's true.
give and take, but I think it's a lot better than Fox News, CNN.
Oh,
and
for
that-
sure.
That's
dude.
just you're not getting any real information out of that at all. It's just
It's fucking
fucking
crazy.
soap opera.
It's absolutely insane how in the fucking pocket a lot of
Dude, isn't it crazy how much Trump
be a
has
star.
just divided the nation? Like, I noticed this so much in Facebook. Just the
it's
shit people post.
how divisive it's been. Yeah,
It's been a rising thing for the last 15 years. I just heard a study on it the other day, and I don't know the exact number.
Who did it start? So, what would it be Bush that it started with?
Would have been.
Was that 15 years ago?
Yeah, that would have been, yeah.
Bush
So-
2?
He was till 2008.
Yeah.
That was Obama.
I mean, there was a lot more, a lot less division in the two parties before, whereas in the 80s, 90s, and it was really the early 2000s that it started. I think they said it was 2005. 2005 is when it like really kind of peaked.
Like mid Bill Clinton?
No, 5.
That's still Bush?
4 would have been Bush's
Okay, cool.
first election.
My bad.
Second
Yeah.
election,
2000.
2000, and then
Yeah.
2004. So, yeah, and then 08 was Obama.
Yeah.
Right. So before that, you could like ask people questions and they'd be all over the board on what their answers were. Whereas now you can ask somebody 2 questions out of the, and you know what side they're going to fall on for the rest of the questions. Where do you stand on gun control? Where do you stand on abortion? Okay, you're on the right, you're on the left. Or, I mean, anything on it, everybody just checks the box all the way down. They're completely opposites. Whereas before, people would mix and match based on their own personal beliefs.
That's crazy.
So I don't know what has necessarily caused that, but there's a lot more divisiveness in that. People are just joining sides and wanting to be on a team.
I feel like there's a lot more information readily available that might be part of it. People can just look shit up.
Yeah, but
watch
then you
YouTube
got,
conspiracy theories.
I think it's called confirmation bias, where you only look for things that confirm your initial belief. So, like, that's, again, a lesson that a lot of people could stand to learn is
Yeah.
Googling shit opposite of what you're thinking so you can find a fucking middle ground and hopefully find some truth.
Yeah, dude, I don't know how people can live like that. Just like finding things that just agree with whatever you believe. I feel like you should always just search out whatever is the opposite every time.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's
Try and
tough
prove
with that,
yourself
right?
wrong to like strengthen the foundation.
Yeah.
That's
Science,
the basis
bitch.
of academia.
Yeah, Mr. White.
If you're gonna be a fucking scientist in academia, what do? You try to. Well, a lot of people now are trying to prove their theories, but you should try to disprove your theory.
Yeah.
That's this fucking, so even in science, there's not necessarily like to the same extent of people being in their pockets, although there is that, but to like have anything productive happen now, there's so much focus on getting published that a lot of scientists are glamorizing results, and they're like only going after shit that's interesting, and there's the peer review system works so well because everybody has a common goal of advancing understanding and technology, right? But there's like it's been glamorized, and I don't know what happened as far as like there's a decrease in people going into the field or what, but nobody's focused on checking each other's work anymore. Like everybody's just focused on getting themselves published, which again, I can't speak to the industry. I think I watched a video on it, maybe I read an article, but there's just like the peer review system is
It's totally fucked right now.
yeah, it's scary.
But I think, I mean, I don't know for sure, but I feel like part of that might be like a lot of those publishings, is that the right word? Release documents, like studies, are funded by grants, and grants are super difficult to get.
Yeah.
So if you can make it marketable where you can actually make money off of it, that's
I
a
think
lot
that's
easier
part of
to
it,
get. Like some people's job is a grant writer, and they'll just literally like write letters to companies all day long with their pitch.
Yeah,
Their whole job is to be like, give us money for this project.
yeah.
It burns people out really fast because most people are like, nah.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
Yeah, one of our buddies used to do that. Limburg.
Oh.
He has a degree in biology, and he was gonna do medical stuff with his life, and he was stuck as a grant writer for a while, and he was like, fuck this. Just writing grants all day?
Yeah, it sounds rough.
Miserable existence.
Fuck
Shit.
that.
There's, but like, and then you got shit in the health and like food and drug industry where, obviously the drug industry more so, but like milk from cows,
You mean mulch?
mulch,
Lactose.
lactate.
Black juice?
I'm,
Bovine lactate.
Yum.
I'm pretty sure the reason that milk is so common is because of farmers and lobbyists, right?
Big egg.
Like,
Bag.
why the fuck
Yeah.
do we drink cow titty juice?
You can absolutely look that, and there's when they went down to how the food pyramid was built and everything. Those studies were funded by the agriculture industry.
Fucking
They weren't
wild, man.
funded by
Farmers,
the FDA.
the farmers, there's nothing sacred.
Nope.
The farmers.
Gotta eat
God
all the
damn it.
bread and grains.
What do
man.
we have a lot of? We got a lot of wheat and corn. Let's tell people they need to eat a shitload of wheat and corn. Oh, and drink your milk. That helps with your bone
Cereal.
strength.
Does it?
Does it? I don't know.
I fucking love milk. Don't get me wrong, and God bless it because ice cream and shakes. I don't want milk to go anywhere, but we need to fucking dial back on the health benefits of milk.
When you look at the strongest people or the strongest bones in people,
And
it's
it's-
like Japan, where they no dairy.
Fucking crazy, because you know, at least for me, my whole life, absolutely 100% raised on milk, drinking milk. It's fucking beneficial. And the first time I heard that like this was some effort by the egg industry, I was like, what the fuck? But it's milk. It's like one of the best things for you. No, that's
And the whole
fucking
cow milk thing.
crazy.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
to go your whole life just assuming things as facts, and that's a small thing, but that's the way
Still
it is,
weird.
and that's the fucking root of the problem is misinformation and just
It's so bad for you, dude.
How much of what we were taught as kids has come out to just be
fucking
complete
ass
bullshit?
backwards.
You learn it in school, and it's just like, oh, it's common knowledge. Wait, what? No, that was wrong.
Yeah.
Why was I taught that my entire life?
Dude.
So yeah, like Jane's telling Bob, like Bob. I can't remember his actual name, but
Oh, you talking Kevin Smith,
I think that's
the
his name.
director?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he used to drink a gallon of milk a day and
Jesus
had like a widowmaker heart attack.
Christ.
And he was like 40 because of all the cholesterol and fat buildup.
Yeah.
Dude almost died, but now he's like good to go now. But like a gallon of milk a day is what caused it.
Yeah, I remember when that
Pretty
happened.
much.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Fucking
You
crazy.
just you have to fucking question everything, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
People
nothing
don't
sacred.
question shit enough.
Milk.
They like purposely just like avoid all the shit they don't want to hear.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's like the reason Christianity's still around.
Shout out one time to all you Christian boy and girl.
Oh, you dum dums. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
All you fucking sheeple.
Mm.
No, you gotta fucking question everything in life at all times. And that's just the way it is. 'Cause
That's what like
nothing-
Reddit, yeah.
Nothing is for sure. What do you know for sure? What do you know for sure?
We're in a simulation. I can tell you that with 100% certainty.
What do I
Somebody's
know
gonna
for sure. I
control
know that
every thought.
my reality with dogs is pretty solid.
What the fuck does that
My belief of what I think dogs are is really
mean?
good.
I don't know, man.
That's what
It's
I
not
know.
a certainty.
But it's a belief.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's
It's
the
a
problem.
reality.
Dogs
Damn
are
it.
good.
That's
We're
the
talking
problem.
about reality. Dogs are good. Even the bad dogs.
Are they? I like dogs. My wife's a crazy dog lady. She talks about dogs all the time.
Dogs
That's
are
okay.
great. Dogs
Dogs
are
are
great,
amazing.
man. I love dogs.
I can tell you with 100% certainty that I will never be able to experience thought from another person's brain. That I'm trapped inside my own head.
I don't know that she
Haven't you listened to
guarantee
the
that.
podcast? You're hearing it
What?
right now. through
Right
Legus
now.
Talking.
Yeah. Oh, you can't hear my inside of my head.
He's
We gotta-
expressing it vocally.
What about with neural net?
We've got a secret neural link program here set up in the podcast studio.
BioLink? Feed
We can all-
SpaceX.
Hear what we're gonna say before we say it.
Kyle's got an inside link with Musk, and he's got that
Mhm.
neural net ahead of time.
Mm-hmm. Get me thinking. I'm real excited for vehicle-to-vehicle communication, and not just that. I talked about this on the podcast
Vehicle-to-vehicle?
before. Stop me. But so that and vehicle-to-traffic signals. So eventually, what's going to happen is there's newer cars have the technology implemented, but a lot of infrastructure doesn't, like traffic signals. But your car knowing ahead of time whether the traffic light is going to cycle again so that it'll be green by the time it gets there based on its current travel speed will help improve efficiencies in traffic a lot, which is super exciting. And then if all the vehicles in a row have vehicle-to-vehicle communication, they can travel more efficiently because the one at the front is going to know that it needs to stop based on things that it's seeing, like if a deer's coming, and all the cars can simultaneously slow down because they can all think together. That shit's exciting.
It is exciting.
That's the next level fucking Skynet shit, man.
It's fucking Minority Report.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, me too.
And then maybe one day we'll have traffic jams. You see, the problem is Mr. Musk has, explains that we're in 3D structures, and then we pile out of those onto a 2D traffic system, and that doesn't fucking work. There's too many people.
That's why he's trying to go underground
Dig some fucking holes.
rather than into the air, which we always thought we were gonna do.
Flying cars, 2018. It's gonna happen.
Apparently, one of the biggest problems with flying cars is they're too fucking loud.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
They're fucking loud.
Can you imagine 1,000 flying
Oh
cars?
God.
Fuck that.
Where
We'd
we're
all be
going, we don't need roads.
We would all be dead.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. What's that from? Where we're going, we don't need roads?
Yeah.
Back to the Future?
Oh, yeah, Back to the Future 2. And Back to the Future 1?
I think so. No, it's Back to the Future. But
2?
whichever one they're flying, which I think is 2.
2.
Because 3 is the Western, right?
Oh my god.
3 is the Western.
That's right.
Yeah.
I fucking love
What's
those
the
movies.
Western?
They're really good. With Michael Josephine Fox.
Joseph.
Mike Tyson.
Shaky Boy.
Shake it. How do you want to hear a joke? How do you trace a scatter plot? You give the pencil to Michael J. Fox.
Ooh.
That's a Bo Burnham
Edgy.
joke. Can't take credit for that.
Dude, speaking of Back to the Future, you guys remember?
He's got that rare disease Pakistan's, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah,
Rick
I've only
Moranis?
ever seen that movie once, but I did have
On the Disney Channel.
Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves on VHS as a child.
Yeah.
That was the second one, I think.
My favorite is
It
the
was.
third in the series, Honey, I Shrunk My Dick.
Honey, I Blew Up the Baby is what you're looking for.
Yeah.
That was a giant baby roaming through town.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Oh
is it like
my
a
god, dude.
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusted?
Those movies were pretty
From
fun.
Nutbusters?
Old school movies are funny, dude. They put so much effort into the
They're-
story.
Yeah.
Now it's just like robots and destruction and whatever.
Well, they
Sex.
had to because the fucking image quality was so bad.
Yeah. It's kind of nice.
Now we can look at things and it's all pretty and we get distracted and we don't have to think.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I would rather take like old school visual effects with puppeteering and shit over shitty CGI though.
Shitty CGI is the worst.
It's like fucking 3D movies. I hate 3D movies. They give me a headache.
Yeah, I like the old school music videos too. They put
What
way more
music?
effort into them.
I like
Huh?
Music videos?
Yeah.
We're talking movies.
They're both movies.
No.
Just shorter movies with music.
No.
Like, yeah, no.
Don't.
My head's going in like 3 different directions at the same time. I
Take
can't
pick
Like
one.
Flubber.
can't
That was like
pick
the beginning of
We'll
season.
start
What do I do?
It's
Uh,
Flubber!
Rip.
watched a movie recently. I think it was called Into the Woods. I think that's right.
I think it's
You
Into the
should
Wild.
watch it because your girl's in it.
Which one?
Skylar's in
Rachel
it?
Wood.
Ooh.
Is that the redhead
Della Ross?
from
No.
the business show?
She used to date your boy, Marilyn Manson.
Oh yeah, the burlesque dancer.
Wayne's World.
I didn't know she was an
Della
actress.
Ross. Wayne's World.
Really?
Westworld.
Wayne's World.
She dated Marilyn Manson?
Yeah.
The female lead
Absolutely.
dated Marilyn Manson?
Yeah.
Of course.
And Marilyn let that shit go?
Was she a burlesque dancer with red hair at one point?
Maybe.
Who's that?
I don't
What
fucking
the
know.
I don't
fuck?
really know why I even weigh in on this.
That is
I know very little
so
about
weird that they dated.
Yeah,
They
it's
seem
so weird that
different.
her first name's Evan.
it. Yeah.
She's so hot, and the other name is Evan.
I didn't figure out it was her until like halfway through the movie. I didn't look at it. My wife just put it on and when I was watching it. But it was a pretty good movie.
She's
but
a fucking phenomenal actor.
she's very good.
The scenes in Westworld where she turns off emotional affect are fucking. Oh man, that shit's good. She's crying and sobbing, and then he's like, turn off emotional affect, and then she just fucking shrinks down and is like straight faced. It goes from accent to no accent.
Yeah.
Damn, that shit is fucking on point.
I need to go back and watch the second season of that sometime.
It's probably deliberately confusing, like too much. So,
So I only
but
watched the first 2 episodes of the
Uh-huh.
second season.
oh,
Didn't-
so good.
Didn't get back into it. I need to watch the first season again. I think to just
Yeah.
roll right through.
Same. What do you guys think is the best like scene in any like show or movie ever as far as acting goes? For me, it's like I chose the wrench like Good Will Hunting, like where he's like talking about it's not your fault, it's not your fault, like super emotional.
That's a good.
Yeah.
Classic.
Best display of acting.
Best scene,
That's hurting my brain.
whatever comes to mind first.
Nothing comes to mind. I'm searching.
Well,
Searching good movies and shows.
Lilo and Stitch.
I love that movie.
Me too. That's my
That's a
favorite
good
Disney
ass,
movie.
That's a good ass movie.
And then Shrek. If
Underrated.
that's Disney. Stop it.
Hate Shrek.
Shrek is love.
Shrek is life. That's a fucked up YouTube video.
That is fucking
Shrek. Go ahead and on your home computer right now. Go to youtube.com and search for Shrek is love, Shrek is life.
I heard that reference in something recently.
Yeah, me too.
I was like, what the
Is
fuck?
that
How do
some
other
like,
people know what this is?
Like, I
I
don't
only
know
know
about
what this is because I'm friends with Kyle.
Is that some like Harry Potter pals type shit? What is that? Is there Spoderman?
Oh, I exposed you to that.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen Shrek is love, Shrek is life?
Uh,
Oh man.
it's
I need to
rough.
watch it.
It's also like my dad's got a weird obsession with Shrek.
What?
Like he's got like Shrek slippers and Shrek boxers and stuff.
Oh.
Is he shaped like Shrek?
No.
Huh.
Fucking wild. I'm just
Shaped
stuck on
like Shrek.
best
Yeah,
acting.
no.
I mean, Evan Rachel's performance was fucking killer. So that's the first one that comes to mind because we were just talking about it. But other than that,
V for Vendetta's speeches are pretty
I've
solid.
never seen that movie.
those are really
I feel
good.
like I should.
I like.
Should you like it?
I would.
Samaritan.
trying to think of what my favorite movies are even.
There was something. Well, I can talk about just awesome movies in general for days, but there was something I watched recently where the dialogue was super fucking fluid. It was notably. I thought while I was watching the movie, I was like, "This is the most natural piece of fucking dialogue I've ever seen."
There's some really solid scenes in The Dark Knight with Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger's performance. Yeah,
You think so?
It is. It is.
All of Batman movies are overrated.
It's at least a
I
7 out of 10.
I don't think the first one is because in comparison to the other two, it's
The
like
Dark
kind of
Knight?
thrown to the wayside. The Dark Knight, I love that movie.
That's true. It's
Granted-
not overrated because it's not rated highly.
The Dark Knight is overrated. That being said, for me, it's still like if it's overrated, it's like right here for me. But
Heath
I
Ledger
would
was a
agree.
very impressive actor.
Phenomenal.
He just like fully embraced that character, just like drinking way too much, taking too many pills,
And
getting
then he
fucked up, not
fucking
sleeping.
died.
He became the character in person.
He became the Batman.
Yeah.
What fucking movie was
So
I
he became the
watching?
Joker.
The Joker. Supernatural dialogue. Oh, I think I messaged somebody about it. Let me look. This is gonna piss
You
me off.
derailed me on my brain. I don't
Sorry.
fucking know what movie. There's definitely things recently that I've been watching that I've been like, wow, that was some really fucking good acting, and I can't remember what they were, but I don't know what they were. What's Mariah wife? What series were we watching before before the one we're watching right now? We're watching Vampire Diaries right now.
Is there good acting in that?
No, not really. I mean, it's not bad. That show, you would think, is just god awful based on the fact that it's like a teen drama-y show and
Yeah.
it's about vampires, but it's actually not bad. The first season is fucking terrible, and it is everything you would expect it to be.
Some Twilight
It's
type
just,
stuff.
yeah, just like Twilight teenage emotional diarrhea, and then it gets good and it's fun, but not great.
The scene from Narcos where the dude's Pablo Escobar and he's got the trailers full of electronics. You remember that? It's in the first episode. Have you seen Narcos?
I am not.
You'd really like it.
There was the scene. Sorry, finally coming back to my thought here. In Solo, did you go see Solo?
I have seen Solo.
The scene where they're in the closet.
They come out.
He comes out of the closet. R. Kelly's music video, "Trapped in the Closet."
Sorry, Mama.
Emilia Clarke and whatever the fuck his name is that plays Han Solo. He's like I think it's at Lando's place. I don't know. They're fucking next to some roads or some shit.
They're
Their
Falcon.
Their dialogue there is in the Falcon.
It's in the Falcon. It's in Lando's dressing room in the Falcon.
Okay, we got it. We got it, boys. The dialogue there was so fucking good.
Yeah.
That scene's amazing. That's probably. I mean, like the thing about it wasn't like it wasn't a Heath Ledger Joker. Like it wasn't an overstatement like a big fucking production, emotionally wise, but subtlety, oh man, fucking got me right in the dick. As far as subtle scenes are concerned, that's probably one of my favorite.
I enjoyed Solo.
I
Didn't think it deserved all the hate it got.
I heard somebody say the other day that was their favorite Star Wars movie, and I was like, holy shit.
Having some issues with their continuity ability.
I mean, teach their own, but
I think it's crazy how somebody can take somebody else's story and then just like become the character of the story.
He did good.
It's just wild. Like acting is such a crazy thing. You just like become whoever somebody wants you to be.
It's an impressive feat. I feel like the actors don't get enough credit for what they do.
It's
Everyone
just
thinks
lying,
it's
man.
easy, and they think that they just got there, and they were so lucky to get there, and if they could just get discovered, they'd be there too. But I feel like it's an incredible talent, and even on low level, like even when you look at B actors that we look at in a movie and we're like, oh, well, that wasn't very good. They didn't do a good job. I think they still have incredible talent to the level that like I couldn't fucking do that.
Yeah.
Could try, but it wouldn't be good. That wouldn't be convincing.
Yeah, I mean, there's some that are like not that good. Sure. They end up like what was that dumbass remake they made where China invaded us, and there's like a Subway commercial in the movie. It was like Red something, Red Dawn. Yeah, Red Dawn. With Thor.
A Hunt for Red October.
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, they were like teenagers, and then China invaded or something. God, that movie. That was the worst. I don't even think I finished the movie. I think I left after the Subway commercial.
You walked out?
Yeah. They have a Subway commercial in the movie, dude. They go into a Subway and then sell, like, they fucking, oh, it's greasy, delicious, cheesy, fluffy, whatever the fuck. They have a commercial in the movie. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't. I watched that movie.
Are the actors in there?
Huh?
Are the actors in the Subway?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god. You gotta look it up.
It's a Subway cameo, essentially.
That's fine. I thought you were talking like...
It's like a war zone, and they go into a Subway, and it's a legit nice Subway.
They were trying to be funny with it.
They sell like fucking full.
How did they get a Subway on the submarine?
They're not on a submarine.
A Hunt for Red October. That's what we're talking about.
That's Black Hawk Down.
Black Dick Down.
Fucking Subway.
That's a pronoun.
Jimmy John's is so much better.
Jeremy Johns.
One time.
Jeremy Johns. And Jared.
Oh yeah. Did you guys know the Subway?
Yeah. This is my podcast earlier today, and the guy that was on the podcast said that he got a blowjob from Jared Fogel's sister once. That's my story.
Oh man.
Good shit.
Yeah.
I would feel weird after finding out about the brother thing.
Take it back.
Yeah. Jared's.
Unsuck my dick. I'd go knock on her door and say, listen, Sarah, unsuck my dick.
Reverse.
Sarah. Crisscross. Sarah Fogel. What do you think her name was? Her last name is. Do you think her last name is Fogel, or do you think she got married?
I don't know.
Did she marry Jerry?
No, sister. I think Jared married his sister.
I mean, with his other questionable choices,
you're right.
Incest would probably be better than pedophilia.
Dude, like, audacity to put yourself in the fucking limelight when you do that shit? And don't do that shit, but why the fuck would you accept a role in any sort of media? What the fuck? Don't put your face out there, you stupid fuck.
Just Subway tried to pay Tom Segura's one time to pretend to be Jared's brother in a commercial.
Yeah. I think he has a stand-up about that, doesn't he?
I don't know.
I've heard him tell that story.
Shit's funny.
It is.
How much would you need to get paid now to like pretend to be Jared's brother in a commercial?
I don't feel like that number's gonna be that high.
Yeah. I'd fucking for the memes, dude.
Dude, memes are so good now. It's crazy. Like we think back to when we were like kids with like the beginning of memes, and they would just like take a picture of SpongeBob or something, and then just write like "fuck you" or something just ridiculous. Now it's like the second somebody says something or does something online, there's like 1,000 fucking memes based off of it.
Yeah.
Like
it has become an interesting culture.
Yeah, like the NFL playoffs right now, there's all these fucking Bird Box memes of like the referees, like, oh, it's a good play, like whatever. Shit's super funny. An hour afterwards, dude, it's for the Saints game versus the Patriots. It's just crazy how fast.
No, the Saints didn't play the Patriots.
Or what was it?
The Kansas City Chiefs and the Patriots.
Oh yeah, the Chiefs.
I was fucking mad. I want to tell you.
I didn't watch any of the games.
Here's the deal. The Chiefs are my games team. So the Patriots beating them pissed me off.
What? Your Gam
Second,
team?
my
Yeah.
Gams team.
No.
Yes.
You can't just like the Chiefs if you live in Iowa. That's cheating.
No.
It's one of the closest major teams to Iowa.
The
You
Chiefs,
got-
Kansas City?
Yeah, that's in Missouri.
How does the map work?
In Kansas.
How
Is
does
that-
the
is
map
that
work?
down?
Did you know that Kansas City is both a city in Kansas and Missouri at the same time?
Casey Mo and Casey King.
But it's not the capital of Kansas. It's the capital. It's not the capital of Missouri. St. Louis. No.
Now you're hurting my brain.
Let's look it up.
I've heard Missouri
I
kind
don't
of
know
sucks
geography
to
that
live
well. There's Casey Mo and Casey K.
Capital.
Casey.
St. Louis.
Can you imagine?
Jefferson City.
Can you imagine if
It's not either of them. Kansas City is a major city. They got good barbecue. Never had it. Let's go. Let's go right now.
I
Right
like
now.
barbecue. I'm a
fucking
good
love
a long
barbecue.
time. Go ahead, tell me, sweet boy.
Smoke in the Pit.
Where's that?
It's pretty good.
Off of.
It's like an 8.
It's off of Chicago in South Minneapolis.
Okay.
It's a little sketchy.
Seems a little far for me.
Um,
Like to stay close to home.
It's a bit. Next time you're in a boot, anybody who's in this area, next time you're over in South Minneapolis, it's a tiny fucking shack. There's not any room to sit inside. There is a toilet.
I do like the sound of this.
There's a tiny fucking window that's like this big that they hand you your food through. But they got
It's like a 2-bedroom apartment with a hole in the wall.
seriously, it's fucking wild. They got like a chair, 2 chairs, and a table outside to sit down if you want to. But they got brisket and pulled pork and probably some other shit. But their mac and cheese is really fucking good because they got little jalapenos in there. And then their baked beans are also fantastic. If you get the pulled pork, fries. Their fries are really good too.
Baked beans always feel like a waste of stomach room to me. When you can just eat more brisket.
It depends on how you do them.
The sauce is what makes it.
Brisket
Here's
is so good.
Here's the fucking
It's
deal
true.
about beans, right? You're right. They take up a lot of space in the beans themselves, whatever. But the sauce.
Just put that shit on the brisket.
I mean, you could, but the brisket has its own sauce that's also delicious. So, highly recommend it. If he says it's an 8, he always ranks shit low, but
I
don't
do.
know. That's probably some of my favorite barbecue that I've had up here.
This is a good place. Do you guys have like a favorite restaurant ever?
Hold on.
What is that?
Hold
It's
on.
a Korean place in Egan.
Yeah,
my
you told me
favorite,
about that.
my favorite restaurant since I was like 12 years old.
Nice.
Always been the case.
How often do you go?
Only like a couple times a year.
That's smart.
Remember the Dragon Phoenix buffet in Owatonna, Minnesota? Shut down for like health inspection issues.
Dragon Phoenix buffet.
Yeah, just really shitty Chinese food, but like
Is
the
it that
family
nostalgia?
was super chill and like I used to go there for like family stuff and there's always some kid playing like Donkey Kong or some shit in the back. I think they live there. I don't know.
Dude, speaking of...
There's always some kid playing.
Well, yeah, well, like so, like.
We're talking arcade cabinet.
All right, so it's like this
We got a
little.
SNES
It's in this like downtown type setup where there's shops all along.
Donkey Kong
When
Country.
you go back to the bathroom, there's like female, male, and behind that there's this
You're
little
using the
room
present tense,
where there's
but
like
they're
a
shut
kid.
down.
There's always a kid sitting on his stomach with a Nintendo 64 controller.
Sitting on his stomach,
Playing fucking Donkey Kong,
laying on his stomach.
laying on his stomach.
Donkey Kong 64.
Yeah.
Can I tell you a little story about? Do you remember Donkey Kong for the GameCube had? Was it called Donkey Konga? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Donkey Konga.
The drums?
The drums. I got this game. I don't know how old I was. Probably like fucking 12, 13. Or maybe even younger than that.
20,
10? I don't know.
23.
This was yesterday, so I'm 29. Not. Anyway, I'm playing this fucking game all day. The first day I get it, and I wake up
Fucking
the
drum
next.
game.
Yeah, you would drum, and then you do certain
The
shit to
original
run
Guitar
faster,
Hero.
and then you clap for shit too. I bet that sounded real good. And I woke up the next day, and my mom was like, "You were clapping in your sleep." And I was like, "That's amazing." You ever play a game so much you perform the actions in your sleep?
Dude, I used to dream about Gears of War
I've had.
every night.
Actually, the only game I can really ever think of that I legitimately dreamed about was fucking Knights of the Old Republic.
KOTOR?
Yeah.
That's a highly regarded game. There's a
I've
lot of
played that game a lot of times.
uninstalled, reinstalled, uninstalled, reinstalled.
Played it on my original Xbox many, many times. Actually played it like a year ago again on my phone. You can get it on your phone now.
Is it
On
around?
the Android. Yeah, it was great. Actually, it was a really good port.
Aren't emulators crazy?
It's not even
It's
emulator. It's just
wild.
on the Android store. It's just got ported.
Oh, nice.
It's like $5. Not for like one of the best games of all time.
It's crazy how far we've come.
And now you got fucking Battlefront. That's garbage.
Yeah.
By comparison.
That's too bad.
It's actually a pretty good game. It's just like the ranking
No,
system's
it's
off.
not.
I played the beta.
The actual like gameplay is pretty good.
No.
It's just like it takes you forever to level up and like buy this shit is
It's
pretty lame.
I don't know. I
It's
feel
not
like
great. It's
I-
pretty good. It's like a 6.
Yeah, mediocre is where I was going with that. I
It's
played
not as
it.
good as Battlefield 1. That game's pretty ass.
Battlefield 1 does.
If you
suck.
compare it to Battlefield 3, dude, that's like a 9.5.
You're right.
One of the best games ever, especially on PC.
You're not wrong. I don't
32,
know. I just like
32, crazy.
even by the comparison of Battlefield 1 to Battlefront, the mechanics were fucking blocky to me. Like it just felt. Didn't feel
Weren't they
like-
the same engine?
Yeah,
It was the same.
and I was thinking that it was literally just gonna be skins, and like, oh, I'll play Battlefield with Star Wars skins. Cool. Nah.
Well, the weapons are different, man. You got like lasers with like the laser
Yeah,
shots
but
coming
just
out.
even
and
the
stuff.
movement, the mechanics were all fucking. I don't know. felt
It was a
blocky
little
to me.
clunky. You're right.
It
But
wasn't
I
a
only
good
played the
game.
beta, so I don't really have a foot to stand on.
Yeah. I didn't like it. I played it for a day. And
Let's
I was like,
fucking.
fuck this
I'm
game.
gonna. We're gonna get you to a point where you don't like it. We're gonna take that 6 down to negative.
6 is like pretty low.
Further.
Dying the first one or the second one?
The second one. The first one was a lot better.
Did you okay? So
What?
this is a weird way to say this. So Battlefront and Battlefront 2, but did you ever play Battlefront and Battlefront 2?
For the original Xbox.
Yeah.
The first one was crazy good.
That's
Wait,
One of the
wait,
best
wait,
games
wait,
ever.
wait. You talking about the first iteration?
Yeah.
The
Not,
first-
not Battlefront
The
1?
first iteration, first game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Battlefront.
That game was dope.
Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah.
Like circa 2004.
That's
I
like
think
a
that's why
fan
a lot-
favorite.
Yeah, I think that's why a lot of people were pissed off, is because
Right.
by comparison they were like,
Yeah.
this
I
is
mean, we've been
shit.
begging for a Battlefront 3 in the same line for many years.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Those games were fun. Battlefront 2, the old Battlefront 2, had like one of the first cool space combat.
Mm.
But they did that.
Like the
Better.
successor to Star Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you got Halo.
You're a big Star Wars fan.
I am a big Star Wars
Yeah,
fan. I have a fucking Code of the Sith tattooed on my back.
Alright. Do you want to talk about battle a little bit?
We are talking about Star
Let's
Wars.
talk about Star Wars.
Yeah. I've never
A
seen a
new
full
Star
movie.
Wars, baby. 2020.
Hurts me a little bit.
Every favorite
What
boy
is
is
what
gonna
is your
be
favorite
there.
thing about the Star Wars?
I just love that fucking universe. I want to be in it. And I'm not one of those fanboys that gets upset about things not being good. I love it all. I love the prequels, every one of them. 1, 2, 3. And the ones that get hated on by everybody. I love them.
Yeah.
They're
Do you,
great.
do you like medieval stuff? Or are you more of a future
Yeah.
movie?
I like the
Just
medieval stuff.
everything?
Yeah. But I mean, just the whole
Medieval.
force and lightsabers are cool, man. I like
Yeah.
fighting. It's just such a combat centric universe.
The thing that like bothered me about Star Wars is that like their lightsabers are like a laser, and it didn't make any sense to me that lasers would hit like ricochet off of each other when you hit them, because that's not how lasers work.
Why don't you explain the mechanics?
Yeah,
The lightsaber.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm a little bit rusty on that shit.
shit just can. I was just like I couldn't like
But they're
take it as a real thing, because it's like
They're not.
lasers would just go through each other.
But they're not lasers. They're energy swords.
I guess.
It's
yeah.
a concentrated
It's-
energy that comes from the crystal inside
So
the
it
hill.
becomes like hard.
You ever use an
Hot.
energy sword in Halo?
There's
It's called a plasma
crystals
sword.
that actually have the force inside of them, and then they get
Isn't
put
it
in the
the
hilt of
energy
the
sword?
Halo 2.
Is it
Elite?
an energy sword or plasma sword?
I think it's plasma sword.
Fuck. I'm all for 2 today.
Poser.
Ray Rice.
Oh, the
Fucking
needler.
energy sword.
Needler is one of the coolest guns in any game ever, dude.
Neat.
The
Plasma-
original troll gun.
Dead Space plasma cutter.
Mm.
Coolest gun.
Dead Space. Oh, I forgot about that. That game scared
I-
the shit out of me as a kid.
Dead Space 2 is
The-
fucking trippy as hell.
Shit came out of everywhere, dude. It's such a dark game.
Coolest gun? Probably the Lancer from Gears of War. You got a chainsaw.
It's probably, that's one of the most
Burst.
iconic guns of all time.
That's true. Yeah. Some more about Star Wars. Now that we got past the lightsaber.
I've been bad. I've been a bad Star Wars fan with these more recent ones. It's taken me so long to watch some of them. Like, I literally just watched Solo like a week and a half ago.
Really?
That's why I knew exactly what you were talking about.
Nice.
Yeah. And I mean, I went and saw Rogue One with you. I saw that again in theaters with my wife. Rogue One's still potentially the best in my mind.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Really?
Yeah.
You think that's the best.
Who's your favorite character?
Potentially.
I think that's so from a film standpoint, not specific to the Star Wars universe. I think that's the best film of the Star Wars franchise.
Yeah.
Might be my favorite Star Wars film too, but that's as far as like a standard film goes. That was like one step more into standard cinema and out of like the Star Wars tropes,
Right.
which I appreciated a lot.
It was a standalone story and it wrapped itself.
It's fucking nice, man.
But you could still, I mean, you could go into watch that movie knowing none of the other movies, so you could watch that movie and
Sure
appreciate
do.
it.
It's like
It's
The
a good-
Hobbit.
That's 3 movies though.
Is it? I haven't watched those either.
I watched 2 of them. I didn't like those.
I think that's the best-selling book of all time. The Lord of the Rings.
I think I've tried to
I
watch.
saw a graphic on it the other day.
I tried to watch the first Lord of the Rings and it was just like fucking walking. It was
Liked
so
them when I was a
slow.
kid.
Yeah. I
don't
was
know.
really into like Blade, those kind of movies.
Blade was
Like, until they made a
Blade
TV
2 was
series, that was awful. Blade 1 was good too.
Wesley
good.
Snipes.
Blade 3
Blade 3 was pretty ass.
Oh man, Blade 3.
Blade 1 and 2 were like solid, like
Was that,
8s.
what's his
nines for
nuts? The Mila fucker?
Mila Kunis.
No.
Oh, yeah.
he's the one who Ashton Kutcher. Is
Was
that him?
Was he in
No. Was it the other guy that's like him?
Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. That
You
one.
put those two people in the same. Those two people are mapped in the same bar. You brain.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
I confused them.
I don't know that I would ever get from there to there, but. Do
Speaking
you
of that,
remember when Ashton Kutcher was on 2.5 Men?
isn't he still there?
I don't know.
After the whole Tiger Blood shit.
God damn, that was a good
Oh, it's
era
so
of
good.
YouTube.
I loved it.
Your face will melt off and your children will weep over your exploded body.
That dude was making
was
so much money.
So entertaining through that little
That's-
disaster.
Dude, that's like some fucking Kanye shit, but just even more absurd and not
Yeah, I agree.
super offensive to anybody in particular.
Just psychotic.
Fucking
You should
wild.
watch this man implode.
Yeah,
So entertaining.
Didn't he
self-destruct.
has HIV?
That's like fucking
He's got in trouble for that because he fucked a lot of people with HIV without telling them.
That's real, dude.
him and Robert Downey Jr. had the same trajectory, just at different parts in their life. And Robert Downey Jr. had time to rebound. Charlie Sheen, I think, is probably dead now. What do you think he's doing?
Cocaine.
Yeah.
That's about it.
What were you gonna say? I interrupted you.
I don't know.
Talking about Ashton Kutcher and Ryan Reynolds.
Blade.
Oh, I was. What did the curly haired dude, Rooster, get in trouble
Curly-haired
for?
Buck.
He got like
Erlich Bachman?
Rooster?
disavowed. No, that's not the right word. Disowned by the media and like
I don't
dropped
care.
from a bunch of
Carrot
shows.
Top?
No, the curly haired dude.
Rooster.
Hyde.
From what?
Hyde. That's every
Oh,
show.
Danny Matherson.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Hyde
Isn't
from the
his
70s
nickname
show.
Rooster?
I don't know.
Well, whatever.
I think on the ranch it is.
Yeah, he got kicked off because he did something. What did he do?
Nah, I
Something
don't
like
know.
homophobic or transphobic or some shit.
Probably.
I don't know.
You guys don't know.
Can you imagine
It's
getting to work
I
with
have
your
no idea. I haven't heard anything about it.
getting to work with an old friend again? You're like, oh yeah, shit, come on my show. Hyde, I'm Kelso. Let's fucking do this again. And then
Dude.
you have to be like, ooh, sorry, bud, you're done.
It would be so
Good
like,
talking to you,
the
though.
thing that's cool about that is they can have a brand new show and randomly throw old references in there. Like, ooh, burn.
They did.
That would be awesome.
They brought Wilmer Valderrama back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for a
Who's
few
that?
episodes. Fez
What the hell did he do after
On
that
your-
70s show?
on Your Mama.
He changed completely.
He's
You,
a
like,
handsome
wouldn't-
boy.
Yeah, you would not picture
He
it.
was on the hit MTV show Your Mama.
Hmm.
What was that called? Was it just Your Mama? The Your Mama jokes? Your
Cool.
Mama's so fat. Do you remember that?
I sure don't.
Dude! Oh my god. It was there was a show on MTV dedicated to Your Mama jokes and who could tell the worst or best
During
Your
the,
Mama jokes.
like the peak of reality TV, I was mostly outside skateboarding.
That's,
playing guitar,
I mean,
like
that's
the
not
Jersey Shore
reality
era.
TV.
Watching Next.
I love Next.
I did like
TRL.
what's
Total
that?
Request Live.
What's that like the Asian Ninja
Silent
Warrior
Library?
type shit?
Sasuke.
No, they're like running and there's like Americans like commentating what
Oh,
they're doing.
NXT.
I used to watch that real late at night
There's a
with
And
cupcakes.
Cheesecake?
Yeah. And that and Celebrity Deathmatch and shit.
oh yeah,
They used to have that and Beavis and Butthead reruns on MTV.
dude. Celebrity Deathmatch. fantastic stop motion animation.
Those are,
Fucking
have
clay
you ever,
figures.
dude? Have you ever made a stop motion video?
It takes forever.
I did one time.
I bet it was
Took class
ass.
for that in my high school, but I
Show
didn't
it.
take
Put it on the TV right now.
I don't know what the fuck it is. It was like a 2-minute video, and it took me like fucking 8 hours to put together. And I was being real lazy about it, like moving it quite a bit every time. I was just like, fuck
You just
this.
teleported across the
Yeah.
screen. Yeah.
It was just a
There
bunch of
was
pictures. Walls and grommet.
Moral oral. Did you ever watch that?
Moral. It's like
No.
whining Myrtle.
Moaning Myrtle. You can't even reference right. Shut the fuck up.
Fuck you, Dad.
Fuck you, Dad. Get out my heck. Yeah,
My heck.
I didn't tell my heck that.
Home is where you make it.
Home is where the heart is.
Moral oral.
Home is where the heart
I
is.
feel like you're talking about that.
I don't know that
Oral,
I would have
oral.
for any reason. It just came to my mind
That-
because it was a show on Adult Swim for a while, but at the end of it, in the credits, it was a cartoon, but it was him, Oral, whatever the fuck his name was, Oral, making a little stop
Is
motion.
his name
like,
Oral? Orville.
Oral.
The cartoon was making a stop motion?
Yeah, it
Oral?
was like him setting it up and changing it. I think it was a
Fuck.
little like nativity scene that
That's-
he was doing.
Woo, that's too many layers, man.
It was weird, but that's where my head just went for a while and it fucked my brain a little
The end
bit.
of every episode.
Oral. Oral. That's some funny shit.
That's like the G.I.
That's
Joe.
the original clickbait.
I think it was on after like the Oblongs.
Yeah.
The Alphas.
Some old Adult Swim shit.
Dude.
There's a really awesome like 10-minute YouTube video that talks about Adult Swim. And
It was awesome back.
how like they were the testing grounds for shit that other networks wouldn't pick up. Like, hey, you have a fucking insane idea for a cartoon? Come make it. And then like some of them blew up, and then other cartoons like came back to Cartoon Network. I think Futurama was on
It's like if 4chan
Cartoon Network for a
and
bit.
Cartoon Network had a kid.
Adult Swim. I really like the Dr. Weird shorts. I think they were between Robot Chicken and Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
It's just on Teen Hunger Force.
Was it the
Yeah.
front part of it?
Dude, that show, oh my god, the first time I saw that, I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Well,
Is it like a drunk Shake talking to some dirty ass mustache dude?
dude, I always, you know what? Have you guys ever seen Criminal Minds?
No, tell
Sheldon
me about it.
Richardson. Do you know who that is? Let me pull up a picture here. Just to show.
Sheldon?
I think his name's Sheldon
Like
Richardson.
from the Bang.
The Bangers?
He's also
Yeah, the
in
Bangers.
Bangers and
the
Mash.
show called
Big Bang.
SWAT now. I'm pretty sure.
Those are not my type
Was
of
that like
show.
Fahrenheit?
No, that's a Vikings player. What the fuck is his name? God damn it. Criminal Minds.
My favorite actor is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
My favorite.
He's in the Game of Death.
My
What?
favorite Rocket
Is
League.
he actually?
My favorite Rocket League screen name is Kareem Abdul the Car.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, man. He's in the Game of Death. He was one of
Sorry,
Bruce Lee's primary students.
Jesus Christ, his name's Shamar Moore.
Wow, you were
Damn.
on.
Not even
you don't
fucking
even
close. I'm so fucking racist, dude. Can I pull up a? I'd like to pull up a picture.
I mean,
Can I
see
get a
his
down
face.
vote?
Anyway, I always picture Shake as this man, Shamar Moore from
Oh yeah.
Criminal Minds.
He's like the.
I don't think he voiced him, but like that's the cartoon version of Shamar Moore.
Alright.
And Shamar Moore is the real life version of Shake. Aqua Teen Hunger Force is dope, but
That's for Skylar actually.
is that her
Yeah,
Christmas
surprise.
present? Here we go.
Don't eat that. You put it in the top.
Skylar, he got you a little something. Lavender vanilla.
Yeah, I don't know if you.
That's a bath
I don't know
bomb.
if you guys tub, but
I got a bomb.
Let's check the ingredients because sometimes these will give you yeast infections.
Actually, yeah, this one. I'm not hating, but this one looks like the type of one that would give you a yeast infection.
have either of you used the bath bomb?
No,
I have not.
that shit's
used
gay.
bath bomb. I have put like 5 pounds of Epsom salts in baths
Ooh.
before in order to suck all of the extra water out of my body because I could no longer sweat because I had already drained my body that dry.
How did it work?
Yeah, I got another like 3 pounds of water on me.
Did you feel?
I started to
Sickly?
black out a little bit.
Yeah.
Started what?
Black out a little bit.
Was that before the weigh-in?
No, not this last fight. I don't cut that much weight anymore. It was the last. No, that wasn't. I fought for a lot of titles. It's one of the titles. That's actually the last time I fought Caleb Plant.
Fucking Caleb. Here
Sabatu?
it comes again.
I cut 27 pounds of water for that fight.
Where's he
Jesus
from?
Christ.
Ashland, Tennessee.
27 pounds of water?
What the fuck? You had to travel that far for your fights?
Well,
How
how much,
I've traveled to all over.
how much
Yeah.
percent of your body is
Look-
water? Yeah, you had that give you a major fucking headache.
90%.
Yeah, I could barely see. Like my
Jesus
peripheral vision was.
Christ.
I had tunnel vision for a long time.
Your brain has no fluid in it. It's just dry.
It was rough.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, that one was.
What's the deal? So what's the deal with
That gives me the heebie-jeeb.
one of the UFC fighters was talking about TJ Gillisaw's weight cut.
Yeah.
And how like fluid is the last thing to be replaced around your brain when you weight cut and you like get healthy again. Is that true? Does that make you more susceptible to knockouts?
They say that, yeah. I mean, it's kind of an unproven science, so it's rough, but it's not good for you.
People who go down in weight are more likely to get knocked out usually then?
Yeah, cutting water, you're more likely to get rocked. Your conditioning suffers a lot. You're not as strong. You're not as fast. You don't
Doesn't
think
like
as well.
everyone cut weight a bit though?
Absolutely, everybody does it, and it's. I mean, I do it, and I
You
fucking
feel
hate that
weaker
everybody
when you
does
do
it. I don't do that much. I do a lot less than most people do. I cut 8 pounds for this last fight.
Is there any fighters that like
8 pounds of water.
consistently have to go up in weight every time they fight?
Well,
Won't that give them a disadvantage?
Yes.
yeah, I mean, it happens. There's I mean,
Yeah.
The shitty thing with MMA is that the weight classes are so big. Because with boxing, their weight classes like every 6 pounds. And you got like light, middleweight, super middleweight.
Well, yeah, you got like Manny, who's got like 8 different divisions.
Right.
Like the only person ever to do that. He just won his fight.
So weight classes are so.
His career might actually be over. It sounds like he fucked up his orbital bone, like a hanging retina or some shit. I don't know. That's rough.
Right now.
I think that's what they're talking about.
Did he get hit by Kimbo Slice?
Nah, he won the fight though. But yeah, Saturday.
They just fought yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday? Saturday. I don't know.
Saturday, I'm pretty sure.
Adrian Broner.
Mm-hmm.
I did not watch.
Yul
I saw
Brenner.
that Pacquiao won. I didn't even watch that.
Yul Brenner.
Adrian
But yeah, weight cutting, man.
Weight
It's
cutting
rough.
shitty.
There's so many people who like weight cut until their kidneys start shutting down.
Yeah.
Khabib,
Okay,
fucking
done it.
that dude who died medically, fucking D-Star 3000 or whatever. Doomba 3000?
Data 3000.
Data 3000? Yeah, versus Kimbo.
Yeah.
Dude had a heart attack and fucking was like clinically dead. Kidney
I
shut down.
don't think that was from a weight cut though. I think that was just from being out of shape and fighting because he was fighting heavyweight.
I guess he was saying it was like weight cut related. But
I guess it could have been cut to 265.
that's dude.
What do you
Oh my god, cutting to 265 sounds insane.
Yeah, they probably just needed to make a super heavyweight division, but that'd be tough because there's so few heavyweight fighters out there as is. And
Why do you think that like none of the super fucking bodybuilder guys try to train and cross over? I mean, Brock Lesnar, I guess you could argue, is somewhat in that category because he's a fucking muscular
Dude,
super freak.
That's like slow muscle when you
but he
get
was
that big.
also a legit collegiate athlete, and
Right.
wrestler.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, that's
You-
the issue is that you don't
There's no
have
technique,
actual
right?
athleticism. It's not
Yeah,
true.
strength.
Bodybuilders definitely have athleticism. It's just a different kind.
The technique's missing.
You can squat.
And I mean, they miss a lot of that speed and power. They
Yeah.
just can move things.
Yeah, just move the person.
But I mean, you look at even this last weekend when what's his nuts, Hardy, the wife beater man,
Jeff Hardy.
Greg Hardy.
Dan Hardy, Greg Hardy,
Dan
that's his
Hooker.
name. He is in that category of like super athlete. He was a football player. He's huge. He cuts weight to make 265. He got in there, and in the first minute, he's doing really well. His first 3 fights, I think, all ended in the first minute because he just goes in there. He's got so much strength and size and power. He just hits people and they go to sleep. But he had somebody that got hit and didn't fall over, and he quickly got tired and worn out by the guy just hanging on because he didn't have the skill and ability to wrestle with him. So I mean, it helps, but it helps in more when you get people that do it and then they're like passionately go after it, which a lot of those guys don't. They do it as a fallback.
Yeah.
Where it's not like their primary.
It's
thing
so
they seek
crazy,
out.
dude. Like how much skill is involved with MMA. Just like when I first saw the Brock Lesnar versus Cain Velasquez, dude, it's just like night and day. Because he fucked up Frank Mir instantly, just bull charging him and just hammer fisting. And Cain Velasquez just shut him down instantly. He was not gonna let that happen.
That was a fun fight. I watched that fight in the AMC movie theaters at the Eden Prairie Mall.
They played it at the mall.
Yeah, they used to have the UFC fights at that movie
That
theater.
would be sick.
It was fun.
Just that
I
one.
would go to that.
I don't know if other ones did it, but that was the closest one to me at the time. I saw like 4 or 5 fights there. I went there and watched that one, and it was fun.
I would
because the
totally
crowd was
do
all
that.
cheering for Lesnar beforehand, and I was cheering for Kane, and I was like,
Kane's a beast,
and
dude.
Kane messed up Lesnar, and I was like, what? Yeah, there you go, everybody.
What did I
Fuck
tell you?
you. Fuck you.
Yeah, I told you, bitch. Give me my money.
He
take bets? You should have.
Have you ever bet on a fight?
No.
Have you ever bet on like a horse race or like a dog race?
In the first week of the 2005 NFL season, I bet that the Bears would go to the Super Bowl and lose, and I won $20 on that bet.
You went there and lost?
Yeah.
Damn.
Dude, with those odds, you should have won $20,000.
Yeah, well, it was just with a kid in my gym class. So.
Yeah.
Did you kick his ass
Tell your daddy.
afterwards?
You say, "Who's your daddy? Is he rich? Is he rich like me? Give me your money."
Have you ever bet on anything?
Give him a hooking now.
I've never bet on like an
That's
actual
what I
like,
bet on.
Shut the fuck up, Charles.
Have you? You're like a big Vegas boy. You go there that one
I
time.
bet my parents and I all like different teams in the NFC North division. My mom's a Packer fan, my dad's a Bear fan, and I'm a Vikings fan. So we like to bet each other when we play each other. I don't know that I've ever like entered any pools or anything. I've been entered to pools as a child by my parents. They use my name.
That's legit.
I think that's illegal.
Might be.
But I'm pretty lucky. I usually win when they throw me into pools. When they physically throw me into a
These last couple fights in the
Make it out
UFC,
alive.
like the fights I would have actually bet on, I fucking lost. I would have lost. Like the fucking Nunes versus Cyborg, I was confident Cyborg was gonna kick him in his ass.
Really? I would have bet on Nunes. I should start betting. I feel like
You should.
there's some serious Vegas odds that I would have, like, I say ahead of time, I'm
You
going to
should
bet
do
this
it.
way, and then it happens.
You should start with like small bet. What you should
You
what
should,
you
you should dump in your entire life
$10.
savings.
yeah, or
No.
even like
All in.
Turn it into 100.
All in.
Turn it into 1,000. There's those apps that do that now. My bookie.
My-
Yeah. That's another podcast sponsor.
Yeah.
there's some
You think
fighters
you learn
that,
about anything.
I think Askren was talking like about his bets and stuff before the fight too. So I don't know if you think he knows what he's talking about. You could just use those.
Yeah. So does Branden Shop.
Yeah. You could
Below the belt and shit.
you could do that before fights. Give your insight and like whatever. People might like that.
Give urine.
And then I can make money off of your brand.
I have to start watching all the fights.
Don't you like fights?
I do.
Use
I
the
really
money
enjoy
that
them.
you win to pay for the fights.
I was really happy to see you didn't watch that one because it was earlier in there, but Paige Van Zant won again. Over
Ronnie Van Zant.
Paige Van Zant
Ronnie Van Zant.
over Rachel Ostovich.
What band is he?
Wait, I think I did see that one. Is Rachel the like the super pretty one?
They're both fucking diamonds.
But the one like looks like she had makeup on going into it and
Yeah,
stuff. Like
that's
some Kim
Rachel.
Kardashian looking. I did see that fight.
The
Kim
Hawaiian
Kardashian
chick.
looking ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got really dark hair and like
Yep,
big
she's
lips.
Hawaiian.
Super pretty.
She's very.
She looks like a model.
Is that the one who got the shit? She beat the shit out of her boyfriend, who's also a UFC
She got
fighter?
beat up, I'm pretty
No.
sure. Did
She's
she?
the one that got her orbital broken by her husband.
Yeah.
Oh, who's also a UFC fighter?
He's not in the UFC. He's a low-level MMA fighter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're separated now.
She's
Yeah,
better.
you were showing me pictures of her. She's fucking
She's gorgeous. Wow, so is Paige. And I like Paige. She's really fun. She's way too into the whole Jesus thing, but it's a little bit of a turn off. Other than that, she's
Let's talk about
gorgeous.
Jesus.
And she's was on Chopped and Dancing with the Stars. So it's like she's an awesome cook.
What is shot? Oh, you kick?
Yeah, it's a you never watched Chopped?
Mm.
It's
I don't
like-
really watch TV at all.
It's like Iron Chef.
Yeah, but Chopped, man.
Is it like
It's
celebrity?
surprise
Iron Chef?
ingredient.
No, it's
Like a legit cooking
it's on
competition?
Food Network.
That's dope.
You get 4 chefs. They come in there, and it's hosted by Ted Allen, and you get
Tim
some-
Allen?
Ted.
Home improvement. Tim
So-
Allen.
You got appetizer, entree, and dessert rounds. One person goes home in each round.
Damn, that's
So-
serious.
The first round, the appetizer, you usually get about 20 minutes to make yourself an appetizer, and then you're going to open up your mystery basket with 4 ingredients that you have to use in that round.
Isn't it
and
always just garbage they give you?
There's usually some weird stuff in there.
What's the weirdest thing you've seen in one of the mystery boxes?
Dil-
Horse semen.
dildo.
Him go
Plastic.
horse semen. Jesus, that's what got Fear Factor canceled.
Really?
Horse semen.
I think it was.
That was the original Joe Rogan experience.
Seth Rogen.
Uh,
Fear Factor.
yeah, but there is shit like that. I mean, like, they'll have awful things in there. 100-year-old egg.
Why is that bad?
There's a name for that, isn't there?
Are they like not okay to
100-year-old
eat?
egg?
I think there's
It's
like
just a fermented. It's an egg that basically been buried in the ground for several weeks, and it's really black and green. They're disgusting looking.
Are they gross to eat?
A lot of people think so.
Why?
a good health benefit.
Can you make them good? Like tasty?
That's
Would
what.
you eat
That's the challenge.
Just about anything.
That's the challenge, champ.
So
You gotta make it taste good.
So you've been cooking, like, serious cooking for a long time. Like, probably, like, intermediate to, like, almost expert, would you say? Or expert level? Everything you post looks fucking delicious.
Yeah, I mean,
You're an artisan, boy.
So, I've always loved food in general.
Yeah.
Honestly?
When did you first get into making your own meals like that? Real early?
No, fuck no. There's like two things. I could make spinach and I could make salmon until I was like 21 years old. Other than that, basically all I ate was chips, tortilla chips with cheese melted on them.
Nice.
Nachos.
My dad
Tortillas with cheese melted in them.
Peanut butter and tortillas?
And tortillas with peanut butter in them.
I've seen that. First
Actually?
Yeah.
Nice.
It looks good.
That's pretty much all I ate. Until I started dating my wife, because I started cooking for her.
Nice.
And I just basically taught myself how to cook from that. Actually, YouTube, a YouTuber by the name of Chef John. And that's kind of where I started learning how to cook, because he's got some videos that are like super basic, tutorial level of like some really yummy looking things. I made some, one of my favorite recipes of his. It's lamb cabbage rolls. And then there's like some Asian beef short ribs that I made from that.
Ooh, that sounds amazing. Do you remember the first meal you cooked for your wife?
I feel like it was either
Peanut butter,
salmon,
tortillas.
or those ribs. But I make salmon really well. I always have. That's actually something my mom taught me how to do.
What's the
not,
key?
Not hard at all. Anyone can fucking do it. You basically just take a piece of tin foil, you put your fillet of salmon in it, you drizzle some olive oil on it, and put whatever spices or herbs you want on it. You bake it. And I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can bake it temperature-wise. You go like 375 for 20 minutes. It's gonna be good.
Nice.
It's gonna be solid. You can do like 250 for like half an hour, and you get it kind of like almost raw, but it's still cooked. More of like, I don't know, there's a lot of different ways to do it, but 375, 20 minutes in the oven, it's easy.
Hell yeah. I'll make
Throw some
salmon now.
dill, there's some basil on there.
I always put the
Mariah's
lemon juice
such a
and pepper.
lucky
It's
guy.
so good.
Yeah, got that.
Such a lucky boy. Mariah.
Wifey at home, me. The other thing though that I would say on the cooking front though is if you want to spend a little bit of money but learn a lot, those meal kit delivery services are actually legit. They're like end up being close to like $10, $11 a plate.
Ooh, that's like going out.
But you make really good stuff and you learn a lot of technique doing it. And we did it for a couple of years because we just had no time to grocery shop. I had more money than time because we're working, but didn't have any free time at home.
Yeah.
So those worked for us for a long time, and I learned a lot through doing that. A lot of technique that I wouldn't have come by otherwise.
What's like the most difficult meal to cook for you?
Difficult.
Yeah, like what's the most complex thing that you cook?
I've
You cook anything crazy?
I mean, I don't know. What defines crazy? I don't feel like anything's that crazy.
Something
I
where,
feel like
where
a
there's
lot-
like the line where you can fuck it up that you like always get close to. You're like, I need to do this right now. Like, what is that like with
You know, I always fuck up hash browns.
Really?
Almost every time I make hash browns, I fuck 'em up.
Just cooking too long?
Or I either make them super soggy and they break, or I over crisp them and they're black. Like I don't know why I
That's funny.
cannot nail hash browns yet.
Is it the hollandaise sauce that's hard to get right?
Hollandaise is tough because you have to constantly continue to stir it. Or
Have you
whisk it
mastered
through.
that?
I've only done it a few times, but every time I've done it, like I'll make everything else in the meal and then do the hollandaise sauce
That's smart.
because you have to focus on
Because
it.
that's like the first tier of the sauces, right?
Yeah.
The world of sauce. What's like the elite level sauce?
I think it's hollandaise is tough.
Really? Damn.
And then the other thing that partners with hollandaise, it's also tricky to do is a poached egg.
Oh yeah. How do you do that?
I mean, you boil water and then turn it down a little bit so it's just barely boiling so you don't have the bubbles to disturb the egg. You crack an egg. Typically you want to use like one of those dishes. I forget what they're called at the moment. Or like a ramekin, but not a ramekin, the little glass dishes. Just crack an egg into there and then you can actually take that and like dip it into the water so it gently goes into there.
Yeah.
And then it actually helps if you like swirl the water a little bit before you put the egg in so that it all kind of stays in there. And then once it gets going, you can kind of just tuck it off to the side with a little wooden spatula.
What is it? What does a poached egg turn out like? Is it like an over easy egg but just soft everywhere, not fried?
So it's because it cooks in the water, so all the yolk stays in the middle, and the white is just like a white pocket that gets cooked on the outside, and then it's all completely runny yolk in the middle.
Damn. That sounds awesome.
You can overcook them pretty easily. They only need like 2 minutes, if that. in the water. If it's longer than that, then you end up with just like a kind of like a fried egg, but it's cooked in water, so it's not all oily.
Have you tried is it sous vide? The way of cooking meats?
I've wanted to for a long time. I don't have a sous vide. It seems like a super life hacky solution, which I'm all
I
about.
don't like the whole like putting it in plastic thing and then
Yeah.
heating it up. That seems like it's unhealthy, but I don't know.
The benefit of that is you can get a lot of herbs and sauces in there that you cook it in without losing any of that.
So just like marinates real nice?
Yeah,
Nice.
that would be nice to do. So I don't know. Ryan that we work with is a big fan of sous vide.
Yeah, he's always talking about it.
He's a sous vide slut.
He's a sous vide.
You can cook anything apparently. You just like
He's a
it's
vu-
like
he's
a
a vu semen.
so it's
Very
just like a
simple.
crock pot with a plastic bag and you just like hit the timer with whatever you put in there, it like vacuums it shut, right? How does it work?
Not really. You get in any kind of pot of
Yeah.
water. The sous vide thing is actually like a stick that you sit into it and clip on the side that heats the water to a specific temperature. And then you get vacuum seal bags that you just put your meat in the bag and then into the
So you just
water.
drop the vacuum sealed bag in the water and then the stick heats up the water?
Yep.
Okay, because there's like a controlled temperature, like kills all the
Right.
microorganisms
So
like
whatever
the runny
temperature
and stuff.
you want whatever meat to get to. So like pork, you get to what 140 degrees. And
Yeah.
Chicken.
Interesting. That seems like cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it gets you right there, but I mean,
Yeah.
the other option is if you're concerned about such things, which you should be, because food safety is kind of important. You can get some nasty diseases from undercooking meat.
Yeah.
I eat basically raw meat a lot, though.
This is a
At
great
least-
beef.
What was it like eating your Japanese, like 100% raw beef?
That was
one
good.
time?
Wagyu?
That's that Hoban.
They
Are you
wagyu?
talking to you? Have you eaten?
So it's called Wagyu? No, it's talking to you.
Oh, me? No, Hoban. Hoban's got a dish called Yahweh.
Yahweh?
Yukkwhe. Yukkwhe, which is basically a pile of ground beef raw with 2 raw eggs cooked on top of it, garnished with a bunch of raw garlic. And it's got like a sesame soy
Raw
sauce.
eggs cooked?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Raw eggs cracked
Oh,
on top
Cracked
of
on
it.
top of it. Okay.
Sorry.
That's right.
That's good. I mean, it basically just tastes like meat with sauce. It doesn't bother me.
How many days do you think you could eat that in a row before you got like legit sick?
I don't think you get sick from it.
Really? Is it just like super high quality meat, or how does that work?
I mean, the only reason that you get sick from raw beef would be if it was exposed to bacteria. So if it's in a controlled situation, or I mean, you take like a dry aged steak at a legit steakhouse, those are sitting out in open air for 21 days, 30 days.
But they're in salt, right? Usually?
Yeah, some, but if you look at the outsides of those, they are disgusting and molded. And same thing you do, you kill a deer, you hang it in the garage.
Yeah.
You let that mold and that bacteria fester on the outside, and you just cut the outside layer off, and the inside's all good
Why do they do that?
because it makes the inside way more tender and way better.
If it molds on the outside?
Yep.
Ah, that just seems wrong.
The enzymes just help break down the meat and make it more tender.
Ah,
It's an age-old
Alright,
tradition.
well, I'm never eating steak again, so thank you.
yeah, that makes me
Ruining
not
that.
want to eat it.
It's a
Just
dry
kidding.
aged steak, man, and it's the best steak, and it costs a ton of money. But yeah, no, it's all good.
I had Murray's
Crazy, dude.
last week for my anniversary, and that's my favorite steak that I've had up here.
I need to go there.
Something
I
like
had-
pork.
I had Manny's, and that was my favorite. I think, yeah, that was probably my favorite steak. But I think the presentation is better at Manny's, like the atmosphere. The service is a little bit better at Manny's, but as far as purely on taste goes, I had the fucking ribeye. It was $52 for I think 18 ounces. It's really fucking
Have
good.
you been to Pittsburgh Blue?
No,
Let's try that
That's
one. I
a-
want to know comparatively.
that's a chain, right?
Pittsburgh Blues like a diner right down the street, right?
The Galleria.
By Big Bull.
There's another one I
How
saw
much
the
is
other
that
day.
for a steak? Like $50?
I went there with a $100 gift card, and we spent about $250
Damn,
on just
fuck
me and my wife.
that.
Yeah,
And she had 1 glass of wine and 1 drink.
How much was a glass of wine? Like $20?
I think it was like 12 or 15. Yeah.
damn.
But I think our steaks were like $70 a piece there. So
Side note, how do you guys feel about tipping?
what about it? I always take 20%.
Right. So when I was younger, I don't know if it's because my parents didn't have any money or something, but for the longest time I would just like tip $2, like no matter what it was.
Oof.
It could be $20, it could be $5. I just do $2. And then I dated a waitress and found out I was fucking up. supposed to do 20% of the
Played
time.
yourself.
And then at work, there's some people talking about how they don't tip, and I'm like, whoa. Like, why should I tip? I don't get tipped.
It's a cultural thing based on wages. Certain cultures it's offensive, certain cultures it's expected, certain cultures it's just baked into the price, certain places it is.
You're supposed certain places you're supposed to tip the cooks and not the servants.
It's weird.
The servers.
Servants.
The slaves. Don't tip the
It
slaves.
just seems like
don't
such
give
a
the slaves
weird
any money.
thing
Don't
to
give them
do.
money. Slaves are
Why
poor.
don't they just pay
give
them
them money.
normal and then like have us tip?
Because then the prices of food would be higher, right?
Right.
So it's fucking. It's 6 and 1.
We're paying the
It's
same.
a catch-22. Yes,
But I guess
but
you're right. The marketing, they can
then-
choose how much.
and you don't have to, right?
Yeah.
Like that's. And the servers know this, right? Like it's a thing that's known. I'm gonna get less wages, but if I give great service, it's a fucking incentive thing, right?
Yeah.
Performance
I guess.
based.
They're
pay.
basically just salesmen in food.
Yeah.
Saleswoman. Is saleswoman a term?
Here's my policy. Anytime I go out and a waitress presents herself and I go to completion, I will tip.
Give her the tip.
I have tipped in my earlier, younger, drunker, stupider days, tipped some pretty girls ridiculous sums of money.
Did
For
you,
no reason.
Did you
Me
ever
too.
hang out with them pretty girls?
No, I didn't even try to.
Oh.
I literally just gave them money because they were beautiful.
Nice. Such a sweetheart.
Is that, or is that just fucking weird? Like,
I think it's sweet. I
I'm
think
with
that
you.
if you don't leave your phone number, I don't think it's weird at all.
I didn't.
How do you? I think your former waitress that you dated had a firm opinion on pickup attempts, hitting on wait staff.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah,
It's kind of douchey. They're working for a living.
yeah.
I mean, I never tried to.
I did. I tried
Yeah, we're not
once.
savages.
I tried. Fuck you.
Kyle.
I tried once.
Fuck.
God damn.
No, it's okay. I thought it was good. She was nice about it.
My attempt.
She let you down.
I was
Let you down.
relatively respectful. It's like, hey,
I want to have sex with you.
I'm trying to get up in that puss, baby.
How much?
Let me
of a
make
tip?
let me make a mess in that piss. Let me get
Gross.
messy in that pissy, bitch. No, I said, hey, this might be, hey, what?
Sorry about
Hey.
this, but a little bit forward.
Maybe a little forward of me to ask based just on appearances, but I think you're rather attractive. Can I take you out sometime and get to know you a little bit better? She said, what? She said, oh, I'm sorry, I have a boyfriend. I was like, that's okay, I'm gonna go kill myself. She didn't have a boyfriend.
She might have.
She wasn't kidding anybody. She didn't have a boyfriend.
I mean,
She was,
I feel like most pretty girls have boyfriends.
Yeah.
How often are there girls?
They always
that are
have
single?
shitty boyfriends.
Yeah, I
One
mean, I never really tried to go after girls that were single. If they were single, there had to be something wrong with
That's smart. Get them while they're hot.
them. You know?
Have you ever gone after? Yeah, you have. Have you ever? This is gonna make it sound douchey.
I don't think I've ever dated a girl that wasn't dating somebody when I started dating them.
Have you ever? So you have dated people
including
that
your
have.
wife?
I mean, there was like a 4 days in between with that one.
A little 4-day buffer. Yeah. Easy.
Buffer.
Did you say, come date me instead of
Have
making
you
nice food
dated
all the
girls
time?
that are in a relationship before?
Oh yeah.
On purpose?
Well-
Knowingly? I
Yeah.
actually lost my virginity to a girl that was in a relationship.
Same.
And she told me she was in a relationship. And then, like,
I wouldn't
the
have
dude
done it
and
if
his
she would have
family
been
was, like,
honest with me,
threatening
I
me and
swear.
shit. It was fucked up.
That never bothered me.
Here's
I
the
was
deal.
14 and he was
I
like
never
18.
understood that bro code.
Here's the deal.
I didn't even know the dude. I wasn't friends with him.
If the
I mean,
If the
different if
person-
it's your friend.
if the person is committed to the relationship and they don't like if they're invested, then they just won't, right?
Right.
You're not forcing anybody to do anything. They're doing it willingly.
Yeah.
That's a
Alright,
choice.
viewers. Are you doing somebody a favor by fucking their girlfriend?
Yeah, go ahead and answer on your answer pads at home. A for yeah, B for no,
I'm gonna say no.
C
I
for-
think you should be like, hey,
C for I'm
your girlfriend wants to
75%
fuck
sure.
me. And then do it.
It's not your relationship. Let them deal with it.
Yeah, but still, man. You're like an evil villain.
Listen, it's 2v1,
Sure.
bud. You're not gonna win.
I mean, I'm alright.
This is strictly about
I'm on to the other
competition
side.
here.
I just feel like I'm a romantic, you know, like it just seems like it seems like personally it makes relationships less meaningful if you're just gonna shit on someone else's like that.
It makes your own relationship.
I don't think I could date somebody that's dating someone else and like cool with fucking someone else. I don't think I could ever like be
Well, you
with
don't
them.
like-
Yeah, it's the thing. You don't
Yeah.
proceed to date them. You just have a little fun. You slam and scram.
Have you guys ever had
You
one
jizz
night
and
stand?
split.
You jit.
Yeah. Yes.
One night, never talk again.
One night stand. One night.
No. No, I have not.
Well, so there was
That's awful.
one night, and then the second time, slammed and scrammed.
So 2 night stand?
No. Just talked the first time, nothing happened. Second night, you sealed the
That's
deal.
not a 1 night stand.
Oh my god.
You can't be like, what's
It was an
up? Let's hang out again.
It was
Alright,
an-
I got laid. This is no more.
It's an attempt at a one-night stand.
You're so dirty, Felix.
Yeah.
I would never do that.
My
again.
current girlfriend, but she doesn't know it yet. It's been 2 years.
It's been 10 years. Who that?
2 years of one-night stands.
No,
Every night
just
is
one
a
time
one-night
at the
stand.
beginning, and then never again. I say,
You ever-
I'm gonna give you
Dude.
the fuck of your life, baby, but you only get one.
So one of my favorite movies ever growing up was 50 First Dates. That's like a 1 night stand every fucking day for that poor lady. And then she wakes up on a ship fucking 6 months pregnant. Like, put this fucking VHS in and be cool with it. Can you imagine? Every fucking day. Oh
Do you
my
want to play a little
god.
game? That movie is one step away from the Saw movies. You want to play a little game?
I make her fall in love with me every day. Eventually she's gonna wake up and he's gonna be like 80. She's gonna be 80 and gross. Can you imagine, dude? Being 20 and waking up fucking the next day, dude.
Can you
You're
imagine?
60 years older on a ship.
What
the fuck?
What a
Stay in the
nightmare.
ship forever.
You'd have. You'd,
That's how you discovered Antarctica, man.
What?
Where were they going? Alaska? Somewhere
I
weird.
think it was
Did you know that the infant mortality rate on Antarctica is 0?
Is there no babies?
Has there been birth on
Yes,
Antarctica?
10. I think there's been 10 children born, but they're all doctors, so they're like fucking
Makes
rocking
sense.
everything. Yeah.
That was that one guy that did his own appendectomy.
Oh yeah. Wasn't there a movie about that?
I think so. I don't know much other than what I just said.
Yeah, that was crazy, dude. Did you guys also know that? I don't know if I talked about this in the podcast already, but there
I'll
was
let you know. I'm an avid listener.
2 scientists in Antarctica living in this trailer.
They fuck.
Matched up on Tinder.
No, there's this trailer with these 2 scientists like researching shit in Antarctica, right? And it was just,
One trailer.
And fuck.
Wait.
Yeah, I don't know if they're fucking
One trailer. 2 people.
I also
Yeah.
say one.
one trailer, 2 people, like
I
no
know-
one else
I
for
know it-
hundreds, if not like
Just
thousands of
penguins.
miles.
I know an internet
Yeah.
video that sounds like that.
Wait, were they fucking the penguins?
2 people, 1 trailer.
Okay.
Anyways, I don't think they had internet or anything because of how remote they were. They're in Antarctica. There's 2 of them. They had like this nice bookshelf full of books that they would like when they'd go and they'd come back, they'd bring a bunch of books. And one of them was like really fast at reading, and he kept doing this thing where, like 3/4 the way through, when the other guy would read a book he'd already read, he'd just fucking give it away. And he kept doing that. And he did it like 5 or 6 times, and the dude
other guy
fucking
murdered him.
stabbed him.
Oh,
He
shit.
killed him, dude.
That's
He
a,
murdered him for giving away the fucking storyline to a book.
that's an Onion article. That can't be
It's
real.
real, dude.
No,
Look
it's
it up.
not. You look it up.
Oh my god, dude.
You have to prove it to me.
I don't have. I don't care if you believe it or not. You're not.
That's
you're
a
just
good story then.
Yeah,
You got swastika?
those are nice socks.
No, it's just nice purple socks.
What is that, a swastika?
Presents for Christmas? I don't know what they are. They're little
Viandis.
kind of. I don't think.
That's
Any
nice. How do they
sockies?
feel on your dick?
I haven't put them on my neck yet.
How do you guys feel about people who masturbate into socks?
I've always been confused by it and I've never understood it. But it's
I feel
clearly
that
a thing
reference
because
all the
it's
time,
everywhere.
But I've never.
I
like,
did it when I was a kid.
I've never been like, this is a good idea. This is where I should put that.
Socks are typically rough.
And they smell like feet usually.
Well, I grabbed them when they were freshly washed.
Do you,
work.
so like when somebody says, I masturbate into a sock, it's not just like finishing in the sock. It's like using the sock to get off. What is the deal?
It's more
Break
so,
it down for us.
It's more so you just like keep the elastic band around the tip just ready, and then you do it, and then you just, I don't know, you just
So it's just
keep
like
that.
it's just like a hat.
a hat.
It's
and then
like
it
a
catches it.
giant non-sealed condom.
It just seems wrong, man. You're gonna wear that sock later.
Yeah.
Maybe people like to have cum on their feet. I was speaking of cooking.
Dried cum.
Sort of. The meal I made, my lunch that I made, I was hashtagging all the foods and the ingredients that were in there.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I seasoned my chicken with is cumin.
Cumin?
And when I typed in hashtag cumin into Instagram,
Yeah.
the number one top thing that it recommends is hashtag cum in my mouth.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's
wow.
a hashtag on Instagram?
Oh, yeah.
And it's the number one.
It's the number one.
I need to look at
That's
this.
just wild. Oh yeah, you don't want to look at the guy stabbing another guy overlooking these, but you want to look at cum in my mouth on Instagram.
I mean, why not?
Is this just an excuse to
Is
watch
there
porn
porn
on the
on
podcast?
Instagram?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna follow the. Can you follow hashtags? Cum and pussy. That's a hashtag.
Hashtag cum in pussy. Hashtag cum in me. Hashtag
Cum in my ass.
Hashtag cum in me daddy.
There's 230.
There's
push
hashtag cumin.
cumin.
Come in.
Hashtag cum in my mouth.
All right, let's take a gander here.
I love all the. I love all the daddy issues.
That's just memes.
This one's pretty funny. All right, I did not know there was porn on Instagram.
I mean, there's not graphic porn.
There's a lot of porn on Twitter.
It gets flagged.
Is there?
There was.
There used to be porn on Tumblr.
Yeah, they stopped that though, didn't they?
Yeah.
Tumblr is dead.
I feel like the
There's
world
still porn on 4chan.
is more cool with like porn now. It's
Still
weird.
exists.
Oh yeah,
Is
that's
there?
where the memes live. That's where they come from.
I would never ever look at porn on 4chan worrying that there's gonna be some like random child porn or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be a thing. Like it would troll you by putting up nasty shit.
And then set it to auto download,
And then send the FBI to your house.
and then it'd be fucked.
I got out of the internet before 4chan really got in.
I've never.
Do you
been
guys
into
remember when your friend
Deeply.
who was hooking up in high school would get sent nudes, and then they'd send it to everybody, and then if you kept it for too long, then you had child porn?
Sure. I can
I
relate.
don't think I had a phone long enough for it to become child porn.
I can relate to that, I guess.
Yeah.
You
It's dangerous.
weren't allowed to have that even as a child, though. As
Really?
a minor, you could still get in trouble for
Yeah,
having
but
child
not as
pornography.
much.
Right. But even if you were like 16 and your girlfriend sent you nudes and you were in your text, you could still go to juvenile hall
That's fucking crazy.
for possession of child pornography.
That's really fucked up.
A
I don't
sanctioned
feel like that
relationship.
should be the case
Yeah.
unless you're sharing it with others.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Those are interesting laws.
There's a lot of goofy fucking laws, dude.
There's a lot of goofy fuckers.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of weird laws on sexuality that still exist that are very antiquated. Not to say that that's antiquated, because I do think that that probably is righteous because of the fact that when things get saved digitally, they tend to,
disperse.
get out there, and that's not good.
How fucked up is it that
No naked kids out there.
different states have like different age of consent laws?
Well,
Like,
you know,
we're cool with 13-year-olds.
you know, in
Or
Wisconsin,
15-year-olds.
you can drink if you can sit up at the bar by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
100%. That used to be the law in Wisconsin. If you could sit up at the bar by yourself. I think the cutoff was 4. You had to be at least 4, but if you could sit at the bar by yourself, you could drink.
That's funny.
Fucking wild, man.
When I was younger, my best friend growing up was from like Mexico, and his dad, I don't know if he was joking or not, but he's saying you could drive if you were taller than the roof of the car. Probably whatever, but
Probably just don't have
Mexico
laws
City
in
type
Mexico.
shit.
They're all super short though. So can anybody drive?
They're not that short.
Oh,
I'm offended.
Good.
are you?
As somebody who grew up next to someone who's Mexican,
I'm a fender.
I love Fender. They make good cars.
I'm an offender.
Cars?
I'm a deaf ender.
Guitars.
Okay, I was gonna say, aren't they guitars?
I'm a deaf ender.
Deaf Ender.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna talk about
Who
that
is
today.
Deaf
Stop it.
Who the fuck is deaf ender?
Who
What does that
is
even-
Doug?
What is
Who's dog?
Soleil? What does this say? What the fuck is this? Who's Doug? No, that's Doug, bro. That spells Doug.
This isn't hating on anyone that is like learning English as their second language, because I couldn't learn any other language and be as proficient. But I had a roommate from Vietnam, and
Kenny?
his name was Benny.
Nah.
Well, his actual name
Close.
his actual name was An, A-H-N, or A-N-H. I can't remember how it's spelled, but he chose his name when he came here, and he chose the name Ben because probably close and easy. But this dude was talking to me one time and trying to explain this costume.
I like the story.
He was explaining this costume to me, like the way that it looked and shit, and he kept saying leopard. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, you know leopard. He's getting all pissed off and like fucking hitting the table and shit. Leopard.
Cats.
Leopard. And then the second he wrote L-E-O, I was like, god damn.
Leopard.
How did I not put that together?
Def
You're such
Leopard
an
is my
angry
favorite band from the 80s.
This little angry Vietnamese dude. He freaked the fuck. He had like serious anger.
You know she's saying.
You could hear it when he play League. He'd freak out because he was like God tier and everyone else sucks in comparison. But he freaked out at me one time because I had this one of the pull-up bars that you'd like flip over a door.
I had one of those.
It was like a curve where you flip it and then it would hang on the square and then you do pull-ups.
He needs one of those daily.
And I was like, hey man, he was like, he came in my room and noticed one time. He was like, oh, you have one of those? Like, I want to try it. I'm like, okay, but be careful because that door kind of sucks. So he puts it over the fucking, like the door frame, does like 4 pull-ups, just like drops down and lets go, and turns around and flexes, and the shit like comes back around and throws shit right on his head. I'm laughing my ass off because he like flexed me and it fell right on his head and he freaked out. And he's like, don't fucking laugh at me, and Super Saiyan punches the mirror right next to me and then just like stomps out of my
Did he break the mirror?
and we had the super ghetto setup
Did he break the mirror?
because we only had like 3 bedrooms and there's 4 people living there because
Dude,
it's college.
this is the funniest shit.
He basically had like a fucking mat on the floor for like a wage year.
Yeah, I'll pay $100 to sleep here on the floor.
He stormed.
He had a little square. There was like a hallway, and then there was an inlet on the one side that was probably like 2 feet. And so there's this little cutout, and he slept in the little cutout.
Like fucking Harry Potter.
He stormed out of my room to go fucking angrily lay on this mat in the middle of the
3
living
feet
room.
away from your door.
Fuck you! Like a fucking puppy. Oh my god. It was one of the funny. I was terrified. I thought he was gonna fucking stab me or something. He was so mad.
Oh my god.
And he had these super nice knives because he would cook shit, really fancy shit. And the deal was I would just buy all the food and then he would just cook like double every night. Yeah, so it's
That's a good
cool.
setup.
Like, dude was angry.
Angry boy.
Yeah.
I went to school with this Asian
Fucking
kid.
hated Joey.
Joey. Why? Did he hate you?
Joey's moving to North Dakota apparently.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
Colorado, North
Literally
Dakota.
the most boring state in the U.S.
What's he gonna
So,
do out
yeah.
there? Go work in the oil
He's
field?
gonna work at a glass factory and get probably fucking blown by the wind a bit.
He's blown about.
It's very windy in North Dakota
He's
and
gonna
lame.
go blow glass.
I sort glass.
That's my job.
Went to school with this Asian kid named Vector.
No.
Yeah, Vector Baca, 100%.
That's not a real name.
100%. And he was super talented at drawing and games, but he was also like a fucking major rager. And
Was he good at math?
He was an age.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe. But he was fucking ridiculously shredded, like with ease, put himself horizontal on a stop sign, just like fucking
One of those.
just massively fucking jacked. And our lockers were across the hall from each other, and so when I was heading to class and he was getting shit out of his locker, and I was run up behind him and slap his ass really hard, and he's like, "Oh god damn it!" And then one day, out of fucking nowhere, I did it, and he turned around and roundhouse kicked me so fucking hard, I thought my femur was gonna snap, dude. My leg was dead for like 4 hours. It was
You
fucking
roundhouse you?
Yeah,
Like martial
just
arts
fucking
background or
turned
just like
around
instinct?
and as hard as he fucking could, just railed my leg, and I was like,
Like cats are fun.
"Oh my god, dude!" I tried so hard not to cry. I thought my leg was fucking gonna
Well, how
break.
did he react after
He just
kicked you?
fucking walked away and didn't say anything, and I was like, Jesus Christ! I probably had that coming, but holy fuck, it hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, oh.
I paid a kid $5 and I just would have let me kick him in the leg as hard as I could.
That's a bad fucking bet.
That was fun.
Oh.
He went horizontal in the air before he hit the floor.
Nice.
That was silly kid.
Oh,
What's the worst injury you've had and the worst injury you've given to someone in your fighting career?
My ACL tear. Maybe. I don't know. That one fight where I got kicked in the balls 11 times and had to go to the hospital was pretty damn bad.
I like this stuff.
Kicked in the balls by a kickboxer. How does he not get disqualified?
They took a point from him.
1 point.
Yeah. I won that fight
11
26.
Was it your rival?
No.
20 to 36.
This was my first Muay Thai fight, actually.
Ooh.
So, in all defense, it was probably my fault a little bit that I wasn't checking kicks properly.
Yeah.
But no, like, it was almost immediately as that fight started. I went out there and threw a high kick. I kicked him in the head. And then, like,
That's always a
almost
funny statement.
immediately afterwards, he just fucking full on kicks me in the balls. And I was just like, that one hurt.
Did the ref stop it for a second?
I just was like, hey, don't do that, warning, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, after, like, the third one, I went down. I was just like, fuck this. Normally I'd try and fight through it, but no, I'm going down. This is not worth it anymore. One of them, I actually, like, it kicked me, and my cup flew out of my pants, out of my groin protector.
Jesus
Damn.
Christ.
My dad had to put my cup back in the corner.
What was the first kick like? Was that the most painful thing you ever experienced?
I mean, it wasn't that bad at the time. Nothing really is in the fight because of the adrenaline. You don't notice until later. But afterwards was not fun. That night felt like an eternity.
Didn't you say it swole
Yeah,
up
I mean,
real big?
my nut was the size of a baseball at least, and it was the color black. Black and some purple. But
Did you have like a chance of losing it?
I thought so. A lot of internal bleeding on the epididymitis, which is like the tube that connects the testicle to the vas deferens where the stuff happens in there.
Yeah.
So epididymis rather. So I had acute epididymitis for a while. That actually plagued me for like a couple of years. There'd just be like random times where I'd move wrong. I'd just be doubled over in pain because my nuts hurt so bad from that.
Oof. You're good now.
Did it give you testicular torsion? That's not
No,
fun.
but it was just fucking melon. So that one was pretty bad. I just went home and took a bunch of Vicodin and put some ice on my balls.
I had to ice my balls.
Laid there
This one
for like
summer,
a week.
this one summer, I did so much fucking. I had to ice my balls. I had to step brothers out tape.
What's the worst you've heard something?
I've broken a lot of ribs. I've given a lot of concussions. Those are probably pretty bad. Concussions are, I mean, that's a weird one because it's like, you're really not that fucked up at the time, but it's long-term damage.
I'm concussed. Yeah. I like to go out on the weekends, get fucked up.
An exhibition fight, an exhibition fight once where the kid came in. It was only an exhibition. We were supposed to fight, but he was like 15 pounds over the weight limit. So they're like, well, you still want to fight? I was like, yeah, I still want to fight. I don't give a fuck if he didn't make weight. So we still fought, but it was an exhibition, which means the judges don't score it.
So it's just for
It's
fun.
not supposed to go on your record, but I was put it on my record because he was above weight, I wasn't. And he couldn't continue after the second round because I sent him back to the corner and he was puking blood.
Oof.
That was a fun one too.
What happened?
It was just body kicks.
Like internal bleeding?
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Was he okay?
I think so.
He's dead.
I never heard about him
Have
afterwards.
you ever puked blood in a fight?
Nobody ever heard from him again.
I mean, it was on a reservation, so who knows?
Ooh.
I used to fight on the res a lot. Up in Mystic. Not Mystic. Where did I fight? Grand Casino Hinkley.
Nice.
That's where a lot of fights were.
That's cool.
Like sanctioned fights.
I mean, as sanctioned as kickboxing is, it's kind of the fucking Wild West.
Yeah.
Boxing and MMA are super regulated, and in kickboxing there is very little regulation. You can get away with some shit.
Hi, folks.
I don't know. Like, it depends on whatever rules they set at the time. It's like it's for amateurs illegal to knee to the head, but in kickboxing it's not.
Yeah. What's like the big draw for you with fighting? What do you love about it the most?
Are
Are you having trouble saying the L word? Are you 3 weeks into a relationship with a girl.
There's no mind in it. Like, it is just an empty mind. And that's what I really enjoy about it. When I'm doing it, I'm not thinking. I'm just in that moment and experiencing it. And all the training and up to that is just brutal and it sucks. But I like getting done at the end of it hard training and going home and being covered in bruises and dings and going to bed and being like, I fucking hurt all over. Cool.
Yeah.
And then when you get to the fight and it all comes together and you get in that cage or in that ring and that bell rings and the crowd disappears and everything happens and there's just one single entity of that person in front of you and it's just you two trying to fucking kill each other. There's a ref in between to stop you from doing it. It's just beautiful. It's gorgeous. I love it. It's life. It's just very primal. And
That is beautiful.
that's what I
It's
like
awesome.
about it.
Made me really wet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm real wet.
Fuck her up, little boy. Yeah, I mean, that's what I enjoy about it. I like hitting people. I like getting hit. There's a sense of sadism and masochism in both sides of it. I get hit and I smile, and I'm like, dude, good shot. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm such a pussy when it comes to that. I try to do everything in my power to get hurt as little as possible in life. So in that regard, we're polar opposites.
Yeah. I don't know.
My
I've just always gotten hurt, so I've learned to love it.
Yeah, my girlfriend was like, I got a really good idea for date night next time. And I'm like, oh, what is it? And she's like, let's go ice skating. And I'm like, I can't think of anything in the world that I would want to do less than to pay money to go fall down. What the fuck is that? I never ice skated before. And it was my first time last week. It was a week ago today. And I didn't fall down. I just held on to the rail the whole time.
Did you have a chair?
No, there wasn't. And I was mad. I was like, where's the kiddie chair? I want something to hold on to. So then I made a train behind her and tried to skate a little bit. And she laughed. It was great. It was a good time. But I'm like, that's, for me, polar opposite for that.
I don't think I've been on skates since I was like 8 years old, so I don't know how I would do with that.
Well, she hadn't skated since she was a kid either, but she, you could tell that she had some familiarity with it, and I was just like fucking a fish out of water, man.
On frozen water.
Yeah. I was like a fish on frozen water.
I don't know how I do with it. I feel like I have an amount of confidence in the fact that I would do well that is undeserved.
Yeah.
Just based on being fairly balanced and generally athletic.
My balance is so fucking shit. Can't skateboard. I can snowboard a little bit.
But
I mean,
Snowboarding's fun.
the thing about snowboarding is you kind of are perpetually moving in one direction, and then you only have to worry about x-axis instead of x and y-axis, whereas skateboarding, you can back and forward and tip. So it's a lot of pitch and yaw in addition to the roll.
Whoa now. My brother-in-law's a savage snowboarder.
Really?
Yeah. They call him the Flying Hawaiian.
Is he Hawaiian?
Yeah.
I really wish he wasn't.
They technically are a little bit. I mean, it's Mariah's brother.
Okay.
So,
Marty from
that
Nebraska.
yeah.
He plays Rocket League too, doesn't he?
Nick. Shout out to Nick Tamanaha, the Flying Hawaiian.
Shout out one time.
Dude, it's so funny. The fucking Marty from Nebraska stuff. You know that
Fucking
story?
so funny.
What? Marty?
Marty from Nebraska.
There's this guy named what's his first name? Something Usman.
Yeah.
He's a UFC fighter from Nigeria. And Ben Askren somehow trolled him so hard that he got his Wikipedia page to say, Marty from Nebraska. And then everyone fucking calls him that. He's from Nigeria.
That's his fucking name. Dude. You don't have similar searches, so if you looked at it, if you go into Google now and you start typing in Marty from, you get Marty from Nebraska and then Marty from Back to the Future, other things. Marty from Nebraska has gotten that high.
No way! Dude, Ben Askren, I've only
so
seen the
fucking
shit that you showed me, but he is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
He's he'll get on top of people and ride them.
Yeah,
Like
it's that little bull riding shit going on.
Yeah, working them hips. What a fucking troll, man. That's next level shit.
He's really good.
In a professional fight, you hold somebody down with just your pelvis,
Well,
you slap his ass. That's so fucking
he
funny.
hasn't been hit in his last 4 fights. It's not like he's finishing people that quick. He just mauls them. They can't do anything.
Yeah.
He's savage. He's fucking hilarious.
So funny.
I I really hope he doesn't get knocked out.
He looks like Little Dicky. Like if Little Dicky got buff and started fighting MMA.
He's gonna fight Robbie Lawler, so I mean he's a legend.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's kind of, does Lawler still have it? Is he still in it? Or
I think he's.
it's an interesting fight.
Been around.
I think Askren's just way another level for most guys, though.
They're setting him up to like beat him. Like he's gonna beat him probably. They always do that when they have somebody come in. They're like, here's a shitty fighter.
Bad people. They're trying to build things up. They got to create the drama and then do it this way.
Yeah.
What do you think the most annoying thing about humanity in general is?
Everyone's a fucking pussy. I legitimately don't need to state it in such a way, but the weakness and lack of mental fortitude that most people have is disgusting to me.
Yeah.
And why people whine about such insignificant things in their lives drives me crazy. And I want people to experience some level of hardship just so that they can go back to their regular life and enjoy it.
Yeah.
People are so upset all the time, and life's great. I'm happy. Most people I surround myself with are happy, and negative people drive me crazy because typically they're negative for no goddamn reason.
You're right. Especially like in the like I don't know, whatever fucking class. We're not middle class, whatever the fuck we are, lower in, whatever it is, whatever our status is in life, the people that we are surrounded by.
Upper middle class.
Those people don't have reasons to be upset.
I think we're upper middle class. I don't know what that
I don't know for that. We're probably lower middle class. Well, for me and Kyle at least.
Yeah. People are fucking weak.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, it's bothering.
Where's your everything?
I don't have much of that, but no, and that'll lead me into something for you boys, which is, I think, what the key to living a fulfilled life is.
Are you asking the question yourself?
I'm stating.
All right. Does that mean the podcast is almost over?
It is, yes.
All right.
We're at 8 o'clock, so.
Ah, shit.
Uh,
Time flies when you're having dicks.
Yeah, so much. Yeah, so I think that really what part of the key to living a fulfilled life is struggle. So, in this life, we kind of have to force ourselves into it. So the sense of like where you get that struggle from, and if you don't have food on your table and you have to struggle to get that, you're kind of at a level where that sucks. But then when you meet that and you have a fulfilled life because you're taking care of your family and you're spending your time with those people that you love, and those people are generally happier than we are, where we have everything we need and we're trying to find purpose in life.
Mm-hmm.
So that struggle gives you the fundamentals to really enjoy and love and pursue everything.
Appreciation, gratitude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sure. Hell yeah.
You want to stop being upset? Just struggle a little bit. Just for once in your life.
Don't struggle
You
with silly
fucking weak bitch.
Go out there and run a 5K. Might suck, but
Struggle.
even just that little bit of work is just going to make things a little bit better. And you're going to feel like shit, but once you're done with it, you feel better.
Some would call that adversity.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be emotional adversity. Physical adversity works too. That's why exercise is so good for you. It's good for your mind and your body.
And your soul. Chicken noodle soup for your soul.
Chicken noodle soup for your teenage soul.
Animal crackers in my soup. Monkeys and rabbits.
Cool. Thanks everyone for watching.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed that.
Thanks for coming back for season 2. Thanks, Legus.
Hope you
God bless you.
like our dick as much as we do.
Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dick. That's fitting.